All right, welcome, THL fans out there. We have currently 0 viewers because we are 10 minutes ahead of y'all. So
That's
welcome to
right.
Thursday
Hello
Night.
from the future.
That's right. So we have the magical and crazy man Ron Mexico here with me. Oh, I forgot to change our. Wow, we still got Marty B and Clarity up on there.
Nice.
You know when you're not a good op.
Which
when
one am I, Marty B or Clarity tonight?
You are whoever you want to be. So.
All right. What is up, THL? I am Clarity B coming at you
Clarity
with
B
some
indeed.
fantastic Hearthstone action tonight.
Yep.
We have Hero Championship match for tonight, and Tonk, if you're corny, has a chance to actually clinch the title tonight if everything goes their way. But Dab on him is not going to make things easy here. We are starting off with a number 1 seed matchup, always just in time for Tonk versus Base Ink for Dab, and followed by Nine Eyebrows for Tonk versus Astral Frog for Dab on him. So,
Yeah.
going to be a thriller for sure.
It's gonna be very, very cool to see. We got the brother sister team jumping on board, and then you got Nine Eyebrows and Just in Time, the longest names that I think are in THL right now. Just don't fit the screen. That's a good stat too.
Nice. Yeah, Boozosaurus is another one.
Boozosaurus, yes, that
Because
Rex.
of the caps.
Yeah, that
Just
that
yeah.
that Rex us too. Thanks, Booze. Um,
But of course, Booze already played last
yes.
Tuesday, I believe it was, or not
This
last Tuesday.
Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
This
This
Tuesday
Tuesday, Booze
past.
just recently played against Turtle. Turtle took a 3-1 victory, so Tonkavira Corny has the 4-1 lead right now, and Dab on him trying to get back on the board and pick up some points. We are looking at a Paladin Priest Rogue Warrior from Always Just in Time that is going up against base Demon Hunter Paladin Rogue Warrior. Uh, both players pretty much in agreement here on, 3 classes similar on either side.
Yep.
The only difference being base Demon Hunter and Always Just in Time's Priest. Should be interesting to see.
So I got some bans here early. So we got
All right, players ready.
Just in Time is banning Rogue.
Seems reasonable, yeah. Rogue does some crazy things. Justin doesn't want to get Rustwixed into Solarian Primed himself. Understandable.
Yep. And then Based Self has banned. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the graphic here as we're chit chatting. And they Priest. Thank you, Based. We love you.
Priest. Oh, that is nice. That is very nice. I'm glad we don't have to sit through any priest games
Yes. So
in this matchup tonight. And for those of you who heard me mention that about Justin, you may be wondering, wait, how would you get Rustwix and Solarian primed by Rogue? Well, because it's Rogue. All right, J Bar does crazy things.
yes.
So Justin blocking that move from Based blocking the priest from Justin, and we will see what these players decide is going to be the leadoff strategy before we get into all of the counters that is the hallmark of Hero Series.
Right. So I'm gonna get the players to actually start. So we got Based on the bottom, which is gonna be first to spectate for myself and Ron. Then we got Always Just in Time, who's gonna be at the top of your screen. So while I'm doing that, Ron, who do you think that they're going to bring out first with what class?
So the bands sometimes give us a little bit of insight onto what the players are thinking here, based with Demon Hunter Paladin Warrior going up against Justin's Paladin Rogue Warrior. Um, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it could depend on archetypes, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see base lead off with the Demon Hunter here, um, because Paladin is maybe the one that you want to bring out as a counter and try to sweep with.
Mm-hmm.
Paladin only doesn't feel great into Rogue for Justin. Justin maybe starts with Rogue. I could see as an option, or honestly, I could see any one of these classes, honestly, from both players here. There's too much variety. There's too many
Yes.
different archetypes. So it largely hinges on what archetypes too within these classes that the players have decided will work out best for them.
So
But
whatever
if
they're
I had to
most,
call it,
yeah.
base Demon Hunter, Justin Rogue, let's see how it goes.
Okay, I'm gonna say based Demon Hunter and Justin with Paladin. Okay, now we're just waiting for.
Although I suppose that would be the reason to not lead Demon Hunter because you're afraid of Paladin coming in.
I think Pat. Well, even Rogue is such a scary choice nowadays because it's so much. Oops, spectated wrong. God.
True. All
We got
right. Well, I see eyeballs.
we got new. We need a new spec up tonight. Special. I'm messing up all over the place. Does base have their?
You called it exactly correctly, Saku. That's pretty sweet. Base does, in fact, lead with the Demon Hunter, and Justin is coming in with the Paladin first. Looks like base Demon Hunter should be the OTK version with that Moarg showing up in hand. Justin's got a pen flinger and some first days. No surprise, this should be Broom Paladin.
Right now, to our viewers, there's a little bit of a delay because of my newness to hopping shows like this.
First time. First time.
My first time. So
go easy on Saku.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're not going to miss too much excitement in the early turns. Based does the always thrilling Demon Hunter, presses the button, sends 1 damage face on turn 1. Justin plays first day of school. What's in the first day of school? A Voodoo Doctor and a Goldshire Footman. Man, without first day of school, these cards might never see play. Out comes Goldshire Footman, and based top decking that Spectral Sight. Always something Demon Hunter likes to see. Get that draw going early and picking up not too much yet in the way of important pieces, but in a reasonably good spot.
Okay. Sorry for our viewers out there. Just the cardinal rule, which is you always got to double check your screens before you play. Our gaming screen is off by a little bit, so I'm just adjusting that.
All right, as we catch up, I can fill you in. Turn 2, Justin is deciding on what the best line is here. Attacked face with the Goldshire Footman, considering maybe playing the Voodoo Doctor or Crab Rider. Decides on Crab Rider here and gonna hold that coin back. Base top decks a double jump, maybe just lets it rip. Gonna hold back, take the Warblades now, deal with the taunt. And Justin's going to be hoping for card draw if he can find that Blessing of Wisdom off the top. No such luck. Crab Rider will not be a draw 2 card for now.
Okay.
Not a ton of thrilling options yet for Justin here. Probably going to need to keep on taking it slow. Maybe just press the button, get one of those dudes out there. Throw out the Voodoo Doctor also potentially. Heal for 1, get a 2/1.
Okay, folks.
And it looks like that's the plan.
Cleaned up. Back to normal as of 1 minute and 46.
Very deliberately paced for just in time. And base picking up an Illidari Studies as well. Goes Chaos Strike first. Starting to really assemble a lot of dangerous things here. Already, of course, has been holding Il'gynoth for a while. This double jump picks up a skull, which does not feel great for base in this hand.
Nope.
Goes Studies, finds an I-Beam. That's more damage stuff. Takes out the Crab Rider, which is always a threat. Base, if she was able to find like the discounts here, she basically has almost the OTK combo here.
Yep.
Just needs a couple of Moargs and discounts, and it's over.
And
That's how crazy this Demon Hunter deck is.
you're typically looking for the Moarg discounts more so than any other card, really, right? It's easier.
I mean, ideally you would discount Il'gynoth.
Right.
Unfortunately for base, she's holding Il'gynoth, and that will.
Okay.
So outside of that, yeah, you'd prefer to get Moargs at 0, especially because of philosophy. You can copy 0 mana Moargs and go nuts.
Gotcha. I've never played.
For right now, though, the hand is awkward for base.
Yeah, it's a little bit lumpy. It's like you said, the pieces are there, but it's one that Skull's got to get from one end to the other, or you're blasting cards from right to left to try and get to Skull as well.
Yeah, and with Il'gynoth being on the left, it means the Skull really never gets outcast.
Yeah.
So based, going with just gonna have to play pretty much everything that shows up on the right side to try to have a chance to get the discounts off of Skull sometime soon. Based very much will be hoping for cheap cards that don't draw more cards, or alternatively, just top deck Skull.
What I also learned is, and this is just me being new to this class, even though it's been out for a while, is if Il'gynoth hits you, it also causes damage on top of damage.
True. With this kind of deck, if Il'gynoth is ever attacking, something has gone terribly wrong.
Yes, that means you're playing me.
All right, so Justin, pretty straightforward. Presses the button, uses the Hand of Adal for draw, and Justin's hand also pretty awkward. Based with that Chaos Strike, it is cheap, but it, causes you to draw more, which means that Skull is so far from being outcasted. Had the option to play Immolation Aura and an I-Beam on that play just to try to get Skull to outcast faster, but decided against it, gonna hold these back, which means this Skull is gonna be extremely hard to outcast and get discounts off of.
So would you just
Justin, on the other hand,
Yeah.
not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, he's got a lumpy hand as itself. He's got the Libram of get him.
No taunts, no discounts.
Yep.
Yeah, this version of Broom Paladin that Justin is playing right now through 6 turns is not very good. It needs discounts, and then it's good.
Yeah. At turn 6, it feels bad. You don't want to coin out. Reporting for duty. Because you have nothing to coin out for.
Yeah, Hero Power Broom. I mean, Broom doesn't really have a whole lot of value in this matchup like it does in others, because of, obviously, the fact that this Demon Hunter will not really make very many boards.
So what's
You
base
can't
thinking?
really rush into a board if there is no board.
What's base thinking? She kept on highlighting the Og Merchant there.
Maybe just thinking needs to get some cards out of hand and gonna play an Og Merchant to clear one of these. She's getting assembling enough things for a big damage combo, but just not really there
It's ideal.
because no Moargs.
Yep.
Yeah, base taking it real slow here, but there's no pressure coming from Justin yet.
Yeah.
And now finally we see a pen flinger. The Hey Loserin has begun.
Yep. Ron's favorite chime, and the Blessing of Wisdom's there to try and give more draw so you can get to those discounted either minions, Libram type minions, or.
At this point, it seems like the game plan for Justin maybe just has to be coin out a Libram of Hope on turn 8. It also corrupts the Libram of Get 'em.
Yeah, it's already corrupted now.
Well, not yet.
Oh, I thought it was corrupted. I moused over and I thought it was corrupted already.
No, there's been no discounts and it sits at 7,
Stupid
so
me.
there isn't any
Okay.
possible way for Justin to corrupt it yet. But as of next turn, he will be able to.
I'm
if he
so
chooses
happy
to.
Ron is here. Okay, guys.
You're good, bud. I got you.
Hard carry tonight.
All right, yeah. Justin probably just gonna let this rope burn out, do nothing else.
Wow. Okay.
Man, Based has 2 Fell Scream Blasts, 3 I-Beams, and double Ethereal Aug Merchant for spell power, but 0 discounts, 0 Moargs, and Justin at 30 health.
So it's kind of a
It's
race to see who can get the best combo off right now. So.
yeah, who's gonna out awkward the other one right now is what it seems like at the moment.
Oh my goodness, still no discount for Justin.
But fortunately for Justin, it does have an 8
Yep.
Divine Shield taunt. And that's gonna force base to actually do something.
Yeah.
Oh, base running 2 Soul Cleave. Not something I've seen all that often in this OTK Demon Hunter deck. Interesting pickup. I wonder what card may have been, phased out to have room for 2 Soul Cleaves, because we've already seen one get played.
Right. Excuse me. Can't see the weapon being phased out because that's an automatic. Maybe like a skull. It's only one skull that's in. That be worth?
That would be a very bad plan.
Okay.
You absolutely need 2 skulls. Maybe it's just something like a Blood Mage Thalnos, which is an often a card run. So base just clearing some space and gonna use this skull for no discounts. Still no Moargs either. Full hand, which means she burns off the top and missed on the Moarg. So things are not looking great for base, but she is ever so close to pulling off a very dangerous damage burst here in the near future.
Yeah.
Let me think.
For Justin, has a slightly weakened Ancient Guardian that now has spell power. Ooh, fancy. Look at that Guardian.
The flexing
Maybe
guard.
we see the weapon come down for Justin here for max pressure. Almost always going to be seeing this Blessing of Wisdom for draw. Makes sense that this would be the lead. See what you find, and do we ever just rip this 5-3 weapon, or does Justin want to try to go in with some other things? Gonna hold off on the weapon. Say hey loser some more. Comes Libra Wisdom. Argent Braggart will also be a 9-6, so dangerous
9-6, yep.
stats for base to deal with.
Oh, terrible.
And that's gotta hurt if you're based, picking up the Moarg right off the top and burning it.
Hey, look, a skull. Let's do that. Oh no!
At
Let's
this
do an
point, yeah,
I-beam.
the hand being so full probably has to be I-beam. Base has already discovered an I-beam, has 2 real I-beams and another fake I-beam. It's a lot of I-beams.
So they are definitely I-beaming, and not.
All right, here come the I-beams. And base throwing out this Fell Screamer to bank the discount for the Moarg. Looks to be the consideration now.
Yep. Hopefully.
This Il'gynoth being at the far left of the hand has really thwarted a lot of the plans for the OTK Demon Hunter here. So base having a hard time trying to navigate this spot. And finally for Justin, 13 cards left in his deck, and there is the first discount that he's been able to draw all game. Doesn't need to play it now. It's kind of less important in the late game to start discounting for the first time.
Especially
just going to put the biggest board out he can.
Yeah, especially if you're delivering 9 to face every turn you can get a chance. So.
And this minion is basically one of the only minions that OTK Demon Hunter actually plays that you can legitimately get broom value off of. So nicely done by Justin here, playing out that broom using the Divine Shield. Base picking up a Spectral Sight right off the top. Double ooze.
Bottom 6.
Wow. Okay, double jump maybe pulls Philosophy. Yep.
Does pull
and
Philosophy.
There's no Moargs yet. There's 1 Moarg in base bottom 5 cards. And a whole lot of power on the board for Justin. Base is going to have to use more combo pieces to avoid here.
So
I don't even know if
there's nothing
there's
discount.
enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just
Maybe.
The 9-6 and the 8-8 are just really too big to handle with what cards they
Soul
have.
Cleave kind of has to Yeah.
Just gonna have to hope and wish. Yeah, this is.
So Based, wants to hold those fell screen blasts as much as possible because now she's used essentially everything that
Mhm.
she has in terms of like combo stuff to actually get a lethal. Justin's still hanging out at a extremely safe 30 health. This looks very bad for Based and for Justin, despite all these poor draws, it seems like Demon Hunter drew a little bit worse and had more awkwardness. And Justin should be in pretty good spot to pick up the victory here.
Yeah, this is just the beginning of the end, unfortunately for Based. Big 5. 15 to face. Yeah.
There's the other Warblades for Based. Not
Based.
going to be even close to enough. Yeah.
No, it's close.
And just finds the lethal.
Yep.
There we go.
Lethal every time.
So Justin picks up the victory. The Paladin will stay up. Base thinks Demon Hunter has been eliminated. Of course, this being Hero Series means Base is down to her Paladin and Warrior remaining, while Justin's Paladin will continue for Game 2.
Wow. So both players coming out with horrible starts. And Justin just kind of found his way there around turn 8, turn 9. Sorry, it was coin. Yeah, it was coin. So turn 7 to get the big 8 on board and start the pain train. Wow.
Yeah, Divine Shield 8/8 taunts, pretty good. And Justin able to use that braggart to very good use as well, getting just more pressure on the board. The weapon as one of the ways to kind of finish things out too by pushing damage. Base just awkwardness throughout, Il'gynoth blocking things and not finding the skull discounts. And, when Paladin misses discounts, but Demon Hunter also misses discounts, Paladin gets there.
Paladin definitely gets there, so.
All right, brace yourself, Saku.
It's
a Paladin mirror. I think we're going to hear a whole lot of.
Hey, losers. Hey, loser. Because Crab Rider is certainly not a Paladin-based card.
All right, and we see a spicy inclusion from Justin. Shadow Hunter Vol'jin making his way in a lot of decks lately. A very spicy card that can really do some work. We saw it come in the clutch for Tonk If You're Corny just recently.
This week? This week or?
Yeah, on Tuesday actually,
Okay.
it paid off big for Turtle, and was the MVP as Turtle identified it in his match win over Busasaurus.
It's definitely disrupting, that's for sure.
All right, so we see a much better hand for Justin this time around. He's got first day of school. He's got a discount card. He's got the coin. He's got the pride. He top decks the best card that Paladin wants to see on turn 1.
First
got to
day
lead
of
with
school.
first day anyway.
Yep. Aldor's gonna.
Oh wow! Look at that combo.
That is a
Give
good
your
combo.
Murloc poison.
That is a nasty combo, especially.
I think we still just see the Aldor attendant come down here for Justin, though.
Yep.
No reason to go with anything different. And for Based, likely wants to get this Crab Rider on the board. Doesn't have discounts yet for the Libram Wisdom.
Yep.
But Crab Rider maybe just not attacking here.
Yep, gonna chill until you get the Libram out there.
All right, so does Justin decide that it's coin time for the Pride? Does he press the button? Does he go for card draw? try to play out the cheaper minions and just go with a poison minion right now.
Yeah.
There's quite a few options, even on such limited mana right here.
It would have been interesting if Justin had pushed out the Mermy first and then came out with the Toxfin. Be able to fix this Crab Rider thing. But
Yeah, it may have been the consideration just in case he saw the early
yeah, but that's
Crab Rider, but the alternative is the Crab Rider just trades
Yep.
into the Mermy and the Reborn. So
you know what they got to
it's
work
still
on,
getting
Ron?
awarded.
Is their caster vision.
Exactly. But we see now Justin does play the Mermy instead of the generated Aldor Attendant from the second first day of school, which is such an incredible find for Paladin to have. That's one of the absolute ideal cards you can get for first day. And here comes base almost full clear of this board. Because she can't full clear, decides to just push face, and here we see the poison play is live. Are we going to see the poison trade?
The poison trade would make sense.
And then there could be a little bit of a debate for Justin. Like, I want to coin out the True Seeker on turn 4, but I also want to get this Pride on board now, and I want to poison. So I could do that with, Toxfin, coin, Pride. But you don't really have to go with the Pride yet, and you really want the coin True Seeker. I like this line from Justin here.
Yeah.
Play out your other minions, get some more board presence, obviously take that poison trade, and you have the coin True Seeker all set up. Base Crab Rider number 2, another 2 mana Libram. It's a little bit more clear of the board.
Yep. Battle of the 1-cost cards.
And I mean, you don't love leaving a Crab Rider up if you're Justin, but the play is just too strong, I think, to do anything other than True Seeker, which he does in fact decide to do. More discounts. Saku, last game, Justin was on turn 8 and had to coin out that 9 mana Libram of Hope. His next turn is turn 5 and it costs 5 here. Oh my goodness.
Now it's just going to be totally upsetting. But, flip side of that,
Hand of the All, a nice find for Based.
Yep.
But, just going to sacrifice his Penflinger right now.
Okay. He's already hit, so, yeah. I don't know, is 4 damage to face better than having a 3/1 on board? Not that it matters, I guess. It's here and there.
Yeah, with Paladin's healing, I think you just want to manage the board generally.
Yeah. Less stuff for it to fall on, like buffs to fall.
Yeah. So things going very well for Justin at this stage of the game. 5 mana Libram of Hope, pretty good.
Ooh,
and Based
Eater
is down a Penflinger. The Hungry Crab is pretty funny.
Sorry, yes, yep. Eat him some Murlocs. Let's go.
Looked like Based is briefly considering a Barov there, but Barov still doesn't really have any way to get through this 8/8. You see Justin emoting the greetings there for the crab play.
Specifically teched for this exact moment.
Genius tech.
Yeah.
First day of school. All right, so Justin, pretty good options with Pride and Broom. I thought maybe we would see Libram Wisdom get played on a Broom after playing a Pride for, max trades here. But Justin just wants double Pride. Also very reasonable, these minions are likely to die soon and give Justin some more gas. And very nicely does play around this Silas, which could have been the consideration for Justin, in which case extremely nicely done. That would have been a disaster to have this 9/9 stolen by Silas, and now Base no way to do that.
No way. How?
So instead has to go Libram of Justice. And full clears these prides.
Reporting for duty.
Base finally getting her own discount here. Just one discount banked so far to Justin's 4 discounts.
Base just halfway
That's
through.
a lot of draw as well.
Yeah, base halfway through her health right now, which is got to keep an eye on going forward. What with the pen flinger craziness?
Yep, that is what one of the things Pride does best. Draw your pen flingers. Start calling them a loser. Clears up 1. Gets the Aldor True Seeker again. That is 6 discounts now on Librams for Justin.
Is this a big enough
Meanwhile,
target to
based
take it?
over here,
Yeah.
still playing 1 mana Librams of Wisdom. And yeah, I guess you just kind of have to rip the Silas here. At least you take away Justin's Libram. Give Justin a 1/3. Get your own 5/7 taunt. Can also play one of these Librams, maybe determining whether it should go on the True Seeker or the Silas, or if it should be held.
Oh.
Decisions.
I think you hold. There's not much. I mean, you could attack anyway, but not.
Well, especially considering that base doesn't have the discounts banked.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that she just uses the mana more efficiently here. And Justin now, you know, this braggart gets to steal some stats, basically. We see the brooms in hand for Justin, so we're going to see some rushing. More Hey Loserin, there's the draw. Oh,
Wow.
That's a weapon.
Yep.
1 mana Libram of Get 'em.
Yep. Not buffed.
And a Crab Rider in hand could corrupt it next turn, but you don't have to corrupt it.
Just
It costs 1 now. You got 1 mana. Get 'em.
Libram of Get 'em in full effect, but not corrupted. Coming to a store near you.
And base looks to be in just such a bad spot here. Still through 9 turns, only 1 discount. Justin, you know, discounted by 6. And Silas has to take the trade to take damage off the board. You've got a Devout Pupil that can stall things out a little bit if you're based. That gets to go to 0 mana shortly if you want, but there's really no point. And yeah, base just gonna buff it up as much as possible here. Try to stay alive.
All she needed was one more buff card, and that would have, or a discount card.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of draws here that just make it lethal for Justin. That's one of them.
This is here we go.
That is gonna be game. So Justin picks up game 2 with the Paladin in the mirror. And this is going to be a 2-0, very quick for always just in time. Base Paladin also eliminated, and Base fighting for her life with the Warrior needing to pick up a reverse sweep.
Heavy pressure on Base right now.
Absolutely, and you know, we saw it just the other night on Tuesday. Turtle was in, I mean, not the same spot. Turtle led off with a 1-0 lead, but then the Paladin actually lost in the mirror, and Turtle had to play Warrior into Paladin.
Okay.
And the Warrior actually picked up the rest of the series, so still possible for Base to swing things around, but stats-wise, unfavored for Warrior and does not look great for Base.
Yep, it's going to be an uphill battle depending on which Warrior. So what Warrior would kind of be very disruptive? Like big Warrior, nobody's playing that anymore. So we got Enrage, we got Silas, Flash, then we got ETC. Then we get the ABC, so Justin's bag of tricks. So what do you think Based would have here?
Uh,
Enrage
well,
seem to be probably the most common.
I happen to have some inside information
You
because
do?
Base told me what
Oh,
her warrior is. So up to you if you want to hear in advance or just get surprised by it.
let's get surprised. I don't want to be the cause of some controversy. 10 minutes ago
Fair enough.
controversy.
That's right.
All right. What does
We are
Base
immune
bring?
to your past controversies here in
That's
the
right.
future. Haha.
Carry out our
All right, so out comes the warrior. Well, okay, there's the giveaway right away in Base
Oh
hand.
my
2
goodness,
cards that
some
tell you
bomb.
beyond all shadow of a doubt what kind of warrior she is playing.
Bomb diggity. My favorite warrior deck, actually, of this particular meta.
So this does not look good for Based, but I mean, there is a chance Bomb Warrior can do some crazy things, especially when you have the bomb weapon early.
Yep.
And if your opponent has no bomb weapon removal card. But oh my god, look at Justin's hand.
Mm.
That is everything Paladin wants early.
You don't need discounts early, right? Discounts early really don't
Oh,
help you
and
at all.
speaking of
Oh my
remove
god,
your
you gotta
weapon,
definitely.
gets a Bloodsail Corsair off of the first day of school.
Hey, I need that. Can you get me that? Yeah, man, I got that for you. Here you go.
I feel like that's going to be a tilter here for Based in the near future. But before that happens, Justin's going to be applying quite a bit of pressure here already with Aldor Attendant into Hand of a Doll, Paladin's Dream 1 into 2.
Yep.
And picks up another Hand of a Doll. Oh, wow.
Yeah, this Justin is just going full tilt right now.
Yeah, and Based, like most bomb warriors, there's not really a whole lot to do until the Wrench Caliber turn, which will be coming up next turn.
Yep. But
did not find her removal cards early. Probably would have loved to have a minefield right there, to deal with that 3/5 minion.
that's what I was gonna say now. With the
So
weapons.
Justin goes Hand of a Doll again. Now it's a 5/7.
Yeah.
Here comes another 1/3. I would expect the 1/3 comes down anyway. And this is going to block Base from being able to Bladestorm the minion, even if she had it. We can see she doesn't have it and didn't have an answer anyway. But this is looking really good for Justin.
Yeah. Poor Justin. So many options.
Overwhelmed with choice.
Easy
All right,
choice.
so more discounts going.
Yep.
Already more discounts on turn 3 than Based had all of last game as her Paladin. Funny stuff. Out comes the Barov. You hate to play it early if you're the warrior, but Based, probably the wisest decision here to just play this Barov right now.
Yep.
And if you're Justin, this turn specifically is awkward. The rest of them look good, but this one is a little awkward.
As soon as Justin
Suppose you
sees
could just push damage and press the button.
Yep. I think once you see that weapon come out, it's going to be an easy choice for Justin next turn. Throw down that Aldor.
Barov means the board is going to die. If Based... actually, this is going to be pretty interesting because Justin's whole hand, all the playable ones, basically cost 5.
Right.
So turn 5, Justin wants to play something that costs 5. However, if Based has a Wrench Caliber with 1 durability equipped, might want to play that Corsair.
Yeah. So.
And Justin looks like he's considering a Corsair now, which is very interesting.
But Justin has no idea what type of warrior this is yet.
True. Yeah, and I think Wisely just holds it back. I like this move from Justin. Just push the damage, press the button. You know your board's going to die. Let it go.
Yeah.
And
Good
Based, clear board, play weapon, hit him in the face. That's Bomb Warrior's favorite line of play.
And doesn't use the coin. So, I'm going to find out real quick what happens to Caliber.
And we see, like, the the card that would be best for Justin to play would be True Seeker.
Yeah.
It's just so good, and it keeps the discounts going, and it makes your Libra of Hope cost 5. But the temptation there, that's a 3/1 Wrench Caliber, and you're holding Bloodsail Corsair. That would be, I guess, the main thing giving Justin pause right now.
Yeah.
But it's just too good.
You're not really. It's only one bomb so far, and you're not going to get hit in the face because you have all doors up. So.
That is an excellent draw.
Ooh.
The upgrade, which activates the Coerce. And once again, Bomb Warrior's favorite line. Clear board, hit him in the face with the bomb weapon.
That would have been interesting for Shadow Hunter to come out at that time too. and trade for the Bloodsail. That would be pretty funny.
All right, Justin taking 7 damage. Pretty reasonable spot to... I mean, he's got 6 mana here, right? Bloodsail Corsair destroys the weapon. Libra of Hope heals you for almost full value. You go up to full health. You get an 8/8 Divine Shield taunt. You could even play your Libra Wisdom on the Corsair or something if you like. This looks really good from Justin's side. You get to corrupt the Libra of Get him here.
Yep.
Such a good option for Justin. He's going with that exact line here. Gonna play this Corsair. Bye-bye bomb weapon.
Big 8/8 on board, smiling down. No opposition just yet.
And I wonder if Based is going to want to try to play this Vol'jin. Now has the option to coin out a Blastmaster as well, but, you know, there's very dangerous stats on board. Yeah, Based just playing Vol'jin. Vol'jin pulls Vol'jin!
Wow. Brothers indeed.
I love it. Yep, and Justin emoting as well. Yeah. Love to see it.
It's actually a good pull. I think a good pull for Based.
But you probably would have preferred the Subjugator, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Vol'jin doesn't really do anything against Bomb Warrior like it does against other decks.
Yeah.
Base isn't going to be running a Rattlegore, I would expect. There's not a whole lot of minions that she's going to even stick on board in the first place. But, you know, it was... It might have been the worst target, honestly.
Oh, really?
Looking at Justin's hand, because like the Pride was coming down anyway.
I suppose. I'm just kind of looking at it as I didn't see the solid.
All right, so Base goes with the shield block, plays this Horde Pillager, getting more bombs in deck, but already down to 16 health. We see 7 on Justin's side, 8 plus the bomb weapon is really close to a lethal for Justin already because of that. Libram of Get him.
Libram of Get him.
And I mean, the way this game has gone, Justin's hand compared to Base hand, I don't think it's very likely that is going to actually lose in this spot here. He's just still kind of picking up everything the Paladin wants. Holding healing, holding taunt, you know, now with the Pen Flinger as well.
Yep.
And base health pretty low, Justin's health quite high.
Yeah. Looking pretty grim for Based. Libram of Get him coming out, I would think.
Alright, more Hey Loserin. Here comes a buff as well. The draw. Draws a bomb. Getting that damage in on his own face before the Libram of Get him for maximum heal value.
Yep.
And wow, this just, it looks like an absolute disaster for Based. I don't know what she can realistically do to not just lose the game on the next turn, but we will see what the draw is.
Kronk is pretty much...
Quartermasters maybe give you enough armor and lackeys that can find something to save you, potentially. I mean, double Quartermaster plus Coerce. You gain 6, you remove a 3/6, you leave 6 damage on the board. You're at 8 though, and you know your opponent has Penflinger, it's still over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you get lucky off of Witchy Lackey.
Lord,
Yeah, base not even gonna play it out, just that's enough.
So,
And there it is. Justin's Paladin picking up quite the impressive sweep, taking Base Stink down 3-0 and inching us ever closer to the Tonk emoji.
so do we even bother bringing in the?
I'd say let's
I'm
get him in
joking.
here for an interview.
Yeah, 100%. So, all right, give us 1 second here. We get just in time. Wow, quick game.
Yeah,
But
very quick ones. Hey, there he is.
what's going on,
Congratulations,
Justin?
Justin.
Hello.
You made
That
it
was
through,
quick, man.
Yeah, that was still 45 minutes. I managed to rope most turns despite some things going in my favor. But
Yeah, so game 1 was extremely different from games 2 and 3. Your paladin couldn't discount to save its life through like 9 turns or something. And then the next 2 games is like, oh cool, let me go ahead and play this 1 mana weapon. Like,
yeah,
oh,
pretty much.
Paladin did some nutty things in the second and third game.
Yeah.
But talk to us about there's one specific talk about, which is the Paladin Mirror. You had an 8/8 taunt up, you buffed it, you had the option to maybe play like 1 Pride and rush or do a few other things, and you bracketed the Divine Shield taunt minion with the 2 Prides. Was that a specific Silas play around?
Well, I mean, obviously, if I was going to play minions, I was playing around Silas. There was just strictly superior positioning, going into turn 7, and she had played some pretty awkward turns the first few turns. I had a pretty good knowledge of what her hand was. I was pretty sure that she would have at least one AoE clear, like given the 3 and Broom Paladin, what the Equality Libram and the Bear off, she ended up having 2. And I was pretty sure she had one of like her top end as well.
Right.
Either like Libram of Hope or the weapon, or I figured she'd probably be running Silas into me, given the Ban Priest and into my Palian Warrior. So I knew Silas was pretty likely to be in her hand. So I guess the only real decision, therefore, was whether I was always playing around it there because I was so far ahead. The only consideration was how to play around it, whether I was buffing it and playing like 2 smaller things or just going for the bigger things. But I like playing double salads there to get the draw because my hand was a little empty. I thought next turn was incredibly interesting because I had this pretty strong read on Silas. Like the play I made when I went double Penflinger to remove her board and then play Truth Seeker off the top and buff it was really weak into Silas, and I was in a good position. So that was probably a bad play. I didn't need to extend that far into it, given that I had this good read, and she'd been having bad turns. She was very clearly having a bit of a rough draw.
I mean, I
I was
thought
in a
it
fortunate
potentially was
position to
even
play around that.
bait for Silas, though, thinking that, you know what, it's not even that bad if it gets stolen here, because
Right.
then something else that I'm worried about doesn't get stolen. But
Maybe,
of
I don't
course,
know. It was
absolutely,
pretty
she was
bad.
holding the Silas, and the Prides was a really nice play around. So yeah, I mean, maybe not your finest moment, playing around Silas 1 turn and then not
Yeah,
doing it
yeah.
the turn after, but
No,
you protected the 9/9 Divine Shield taunt with a Libram on it, and I think that was sufficient.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, I thought when I saw the Silas come down, I definitely went from being in a winning position to maybe back to the more equal. But fortunately, the ridiculous 1 cost Libram of Bonk
Yeah.
plus the Vol'jin top deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who needs to play well when your next when after you make a misplay, your next 2 runners off the top, your 2 one-ofs in your deck are both literally the perfect card. 1 in 21 into 1 in 20, or however many cards were left in my deck. I think
Yeah,
there's only like 15. It
a
was
lot of
ridiculous.
the a lot of the draws definitely seem to be in your favor outside of that game, but I guess you could argue that base draws were so awkward
Yeah.
in game 1. I mean, I'm sure you know beyond all shadow of a doubt she was holding Il'gynoth, like blocking
Yeah.
everything outcasted. So and then of course she burned the Moarg off the top. The
Yeah.
other Moarg in the bottom 4, just everything in game
Looking-
1. So Paladin with no discount, still able to kind of cruise to a victory when OTK Demon Hunter just, draws bricks. And then those next two, you just pick them up in style. So congratulations to you. Big, big win for Tonk. This is now an 8-1 lead. And Nine Eyebrows, our next player up, has the opportunity to clutch this out for your team and actually just bring home the title right now. How you feeling?
I mean, variance can happen, as we saw from that past series. But Masters Tour attending Nine Eyebrows, who has been playing a ridiculous amount of Hearthstone the past 2 weeks to prep for that.
Yeah.
He was our 4 seed, by the way. I would back him against the average 2 seed right now, the state he's in. how mentally he is into Hearthstone
I was
right
just
now.
gonna say it's your captain too, so who has to be the most prepared out of the all 5 players? It's got to be the captain.
Then
There
again,
you go.
Astro Frog, I don't know how he ended up in the 4. So
Yeah, Astro
when I
Frog
say
also feels
I-
like cheating in the 4.
when
At
I say I would
339?
back him against the average 2 seed, maybe having Astro Frog, it is like kind of close to the average
Yeah.
2 seed. So I don't know.
No, it's
Absolutely. Well, I have had the opportunity to play against both of those players in Nine Eyebrows and Astro Frog, and can attest to both of them being absolutely incredible players. So this should be a very exciting match. If you're Nine Eyebrows, what more could you ask for as captain of your team than the opportunity to bring it home on stream right now? But even if he falls short, with your performance, Justin, you've put Tonk in excellent position to try to pick up the victory. And, as we've been talking about, maybe it's destiny. That Tonk emote, we are so close. We are so close.
yeah. That Tonka mode is in the works. So I know there's been
Base-
requests. So
Based good sport about her poor draws. It looked like after the game messaged me, Tonk emoji, incoming roll.
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, I
she's
love
great.
Pace. She's always a good sport.
Yeah, especially when you get a chance to review the stream, Justin, you'll see what kind of hand Based was dealing
I
with.
mean,
I mean, you
yeah,
can tell
I think
during
I
the play
pretty
as it
much
was.
knew.
Yeah.
Right.
When on a hand size of 9, those OTKDH hero power passes on turn 7.
Yeah.
They're pretty much playing with open hands at that point.
There's something going on. Something little something going on. So
I mean, I normally think those games are like the most interesting in Hearthstone when both players whiff so hard. I mean, she whiffed probably harder than me. Maybe it was a bottom 20th percentile draw. Hers was like a bottom 5th percentile draw or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you navigate that? How do you still have some semblance of putting together a winning plan when everything's going wrong? And I guess it turned out that that the 9 mana 8/8 was just good enough to get there without Mullards.
Well, that's what I was gonna
Without
say.
anything.
That's the most difficult difficult, I guess, deck to kind of maneuver is like when you're both having a rough go. So who gets what first to really start opening up the game is down to. So, but you did well. Team's doing awesome. Very happy for you guys. So,
Yeah.
any final words there, Justin?
Well, last week, after doing dirty things to Desharmo, my final words were sorry, Desharmo. I didn't do quite as dirty things to Base this time, so I'm not sure that's the line, but I guess sorry, Base deck, because
Yeah.
the Solarium was more of a highlight of a one thing, but that draw from her OTKDH game 1 was nearly as improbable. So
Yeah.
Well, all I gotta say is we need to find a way to get Justin into the casting booth now for tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, because he's already been on a show on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and now Thursday.
Yeah.
Let's just make this an always just in time week. We'll see what happens.
That's right. Keep the
Sure
streak
thing,
alive.
sure thing. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
but
you just-
congrats again, and we'll move on to the setup to see if Nine Eyebrows can be the clincher, or if the season stays alive for a little bit longer for Dab on him.
That's right. Thanks again for joining us,
Thanks,
Justin.
Ryan.
Yeah, thank you, Justin.
All right, so I got the bans from the other 2 players, so Nine Eyebrows and Astrofrog or Astropog. All right, let's see what we got. So our classes for Astrofrog is Mage, Paladin, Rogue, Warrior, with 9 Eyebrows bringing Paladin, Priest, Rogue and Warrior. So by looks of the screeny, we have Rogue is being banned for 9 eyebrows. Then on.
All right. So Dabbottom really oh no, sorry. Justin banned Rogue. I was thinking for a second that Base banned Rogue and Justin was also banning Rogue and Booze banned Rogue on Tuesday. So Dabbottom very anti-Rogue right now.
So now we have 9 eyebrows that banned. What I think is kind of unusual, but I don't blame him, is Mage. So Astropog's Mage is being banned.
I can definitely see that happening. Mage honestly could have been a sweep with the Rogue ban from Astral Frog. Mage, and sometimes even has a good shot against Rogue depending on archetypes, but Paladin, Priest, Warrior, all often slower decks, and Mage could be something like Highlander to just pick up a full sweep. So 9 eyebrows blocking the Mage play, an interesting ban. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm just letting the players rip here. Okay.
Who are we spectating first here then, Saku?
Based off of my screen stuff, that's all fixed now. 9 eyebrows will be the first to spectate for us. Bottom of the screen for our viewers with Astropog/Astrofrog on the top of your screen.
All right.
Just letting the players know that they can go. Good luck, have fun. Thanks so much for being on stream. We always appreciate any players that want to jump on stream to play their matches. Doesn't matter what skill level or, in our case, PR level. Anybody that's up for it and be on stream, give her. Just message anybody in the content department or a board member. Somebody will get in touch with either myself, Dawn Day, or Lotus Knight.
Well said. And I see eyeballs, Saku. Let's see what the players decide to lead off with. We've got Astral Frog leading with the Rogue, and 9 eyebrows leading off with Paladin. I see Librams in the Paladin's hand. What else would you expect but more Broom Paladin? And Astral Frog's hand, that is a Penflinger, along with the Plunderer, which means this should be aggro rogue for Astral Frog.
So it's a race to the face. Win tonight by 9 eyebrows will clinch the finals playoffs here. Tonk if
True. Much to the dismay of Lotus Knight, who already has matches scheduled on stream for later in this series between these two teams. So we know Lotus is rooting for Astral Frog here.
Yep.
Many of you out there may just not want any delay on your Tonk emoji and are full 9 eyebrows fans, as it were. But we will see if 9 can get through Astral Frog or if Astral Frog can keep Dabbottom's hopes alive. Leading off with a prep swindle.
Yep.
Finds a stealth minion. Play a stealth minion.
Thankfully, we didn't miss too much. Had a little bit of a spectate bug for Astrofrog. We're all good now.
All right, what is going on with these Tonk if you were corny players? That is another Aldor Attendant into Hand of a Doll on turn 1 and 2 for the Paladin. Just absolutely ideal starts for the Paladin over and over we've seen.
Yeah, just run when you take your right hand and just dust off your left shoulder. That's what they're doing right now. No big deal.
Absolutely.
Let me dust that off for you, sir.
All right, so tricky situation here for Astral Frog then. Knows Paladin has lots of healing and taunts.
Yep.
Does not have the self-sharpening sword yet. Just gonna go for a setup play and pass.
You poke? Do you bother poking? Because it's... I don't think...
You don't really want to because of the amount of mana you've already spent on equipping that weapon and the fact that you want to keep the durability for the weapon buffs.
Right.
Currently, Astrofrog has the opportunity to go Deadly Poison, Prep, and Cutting Class to make Cutting Class a 0 mana draw, or essentially a 1 mana draw. Right here, Nine Eyebrows opting for more draw right now over the on-curve Salet's Pride. Sends the 3 damage, draws a card, presses the button.
Those things.
And now we'll see if Astrofrog decides it is time to go for card draw, especially with the Prize Plunderer pickup. Looks to be a strong move here.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to actually clear out this attendant with the Plunderer.
And not have to worry about, right.
You've got 4 cards that you can play for 1 mana, and they draw you 2. And you only need 1 more card played in order to get that Plunderer off, which, you know, you could spend another mana on a Worgen Infiltrator.
Yep.
So
Whoa, 2
Astral does
Plunderers.
indeed go with the Cutting Class play, finds another Cutting Class.
Do you go with the 2?
You could coin Cutting. You still get to, or Cutting coin, sure. Either way, you still get to coin out the Plunderer at the end of the turn and kill the Aldor Attendant.
Yeah, I think they should do that myself. Let's see. Yeah,
Looks like that's the line. Here comes Cutting Class for 2. Out comes the coin, Plunderer, and we see Astrofrog decides to keep this Spy Mistress protected a little bit. Sends the damage into the minion, pushes the 3 with their minion. Interesting. Nine Eyebrows running an ooze.
Yeah.
Prepared for this rogue.
Timing.
Well, you don't really want to play it now.
No, you want to wait for the...
You don't care about popping a 3/1 weapon, but a self-sharpening sword, you absolutely want to destroy that.
Oh.
Tempo good, though. There isn't much else that Nine Eyebrows can do that's all that good on this turn. I don't hate playing the use, especially if you might have another one, but it's gonna feel bad if Astrofrog picks up a self-sharpening sword here soon.
yeah, which they do not right now.
Looks like there's an opportunity for Astral to go maybe
Penflinger for the 3.
Clear 1, maybe Sinister Strike and Eviscerate, along with another Penflinger charge, or maybe play the other stealth minion, the Worgen. Would have to trade a 2/1 into a 3/2, seems fine. Push a little bit of damage here. Don't have to play the Eviscerate, but Penflinger probably comes out. Hey, loser. Here we go again. And there's the Sinister Strike.
Yep.
Might also just want to play the Plunderer, honestly. I wasn't thinking about the Plunderer, but that should be the better move. Yeah, I like this from Astrofrog. You don't have to trade any of your minions. This way you just send all the damage you can.
Yeah, for some reason I thought they had 2 Penflingers. That's why I was thinking they'd do the 2 Penflingers on the slime, on the ooze, but that's not what happened.
All right, and things looking a little dicey for Nine Eyebrows at the moment. Doesn't have to worry too much about Plunderers taking out the Aldor, though. But that's a secret passage. We do see, very importantly, Nine Eyebrows holding a 6 mana Libra Hope because of those discounts. So being able to play this on turn 6 and prevent yourself from dying, very important.
Penflinger here, then secret passage.
You might save the passage for the next turn.
Okay.
Astral might be thinking Penflinger Abyss into the
dagger.
True Seeker. Penflinger would go face then, because you need to trade a minion. And then you could also play this Delinquent.
There you go.
That looks to be the move. And then 1 card left in hand and it's Secret Passage. Usually when Rogue, well, technically 2, you know, the Penflinger. But usually when the Rogue does a play like this, you would expect, if you're Nine Eyebrows, that 1 card left, probably the Passage. There's no move for 9 other than just Libra of Hope, I think.
Libram of Hope.
Well, scratch that. I mean, you could bear off Broom. You're at 11. You know you're probably not dying yet. It's a little bit of a more dangerous play maybe because you don't get this healing right now, but at the same time, you clear up a lot of damage. Maybe it is better to bear off Broom.
You don't
Broom,
lose anything for
Broom
sure.
was such a huge pickup here. There wasn't going to be another play if it wasn't for the top deck Broom.
Right. It would have been just straight Libram, but that was it.
Yeah, but Nine Eyebrows thinking about it, and I think he's right to think about this. It might be the play. You're looking at what 10 damage on board?
Yep.
And a Libram of Hope is 8 health, so easy for the rogue to just clear the Libram of Hope. Yeah. Nine Eyebrows just bear off, get rid of this board. Is able to hit a stealth minion too, so there is no incoming damage from the board to Nine Eyebrows face on this turn,
Yep.
and then can just Libram next turn.
Oh, there's some good draw power there for Astro Frog. I don't
Yeah,
think you want to pass
Astral
it now.
maybe just wants to go with a little bit of board presence and the slight draw. Playing the stealth minion along with the sage is not bad. You could float 1 mana, maybe the sage picks up something that you can play as well for 1. Basically have to be the other Worgen.
Yep. Astro Frog looking at
Or
this.
the other spy mistress.
Yeah, the passage was moved a couple times, but I think you passage here. You're still looking for that sharpening.
Yeah, we know Astro Frog really wants a self-sharpening sword, so it might be. It was, again, that would have been the play were it not for the top deck, but the top deck just enabled a little bit too much. Very interesting. We see Astral picks up the other Penflinger and just going to let this one get sacrificed here potentially, but there's no direct way for Nine Eyebrows to deal with it. Mo's a threat and an oops. I'm not sure. Maybe didn't mean to do it. Maybe just trying to mess with Nine's head a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not going to be Nine Eyebrows is not going to get punished here for at all. Not with that big thick taunt slash.
Penflinger gets to hang around.
Yep.
I'm sure Astro would have very much preferred the Spy Mistress though to be drawn last turn rather than the top deck this turn.
Yep.
But here comes Penflinger Passage, and here we go.
This.
That's an Abyss, that's a Delinquent, Swindle, and Deadly Poison. So this is going to get played. We'll probably see the Swindle as well, maybe one Flinger. So Astro Frog getting through the taunt minion on the board. Here comes the Swindle for more resources in the near future. Gets to push 3 and starting to pick up quite a bit of damage, but 2 self-sharpening swords in the bottom 7 of Astro Frog's deck. Just can't feel great here.
No, but they have a little bit of hope, I guess, at the next turn with the Grey Sage, Grey-Haired Sage, and the Spy Mistress be able to get some more draw. So it happens.
Yeah,
Nine Eyebrows. What are they looking at?
It's a nerve-wracking position to be in if you're Nine Eyebrows. Fortunately picked up the Devout Pupil. Any taunt is generally something you want to be playing against a rogue here. This kind of rogue is going to be able to discount the Pupil with this Hand of a Doll and pick up another card. I like this move. And Broom, well, might as well play that Broom. Use your Divine Shield to clear up a 3/3.
Yep. Just more potential damage that can go to your...
Very clutch Broom draws. Interestingly enough, Nine choosing to trade the Pride. I guess that was one of the major ways to guarantee that the Pride died and you get more draw off of it. I was thinking you might see the Divine Shield trade because of Penflingers in hand.
Finally gets the sword, but
Astral going in with draw, and finally, 4 cards left in deck, finally finds the self-sharpening sword. Pretty awkward position, though.
yeah, I would say so.
It's got 2 corrupted nitros in hand. With this sword, can go ahead and buff. Probably want to go with the stealth minion buff there. Do we just play sword and nitro and pass? This is good too. Just get the other stealth minion on board. You don't have to nitro yet.
Just pop
And
it.
using this weapon to pop the Divine Shield, so it takes a little bit more damage. 9 eyebrows, those are 2 stealth minions threatening you. Out comes Liadrin, get that other Libra of Hope in hand and say, you got to kill me this next turn or I'm going to heal some more.
What about stealing? Like, what about doing a Silas turn? Stealing the 3/1.
Potentially reasonable, but at the same time, if you play the Silas, you know you're pretty much gonna die before you get to play that Libra of Hope. This is the gamble to say, if you don't have 21 damage right now, I'm gonna get to heal.
Yeah.
And make things tough on you. And here we go. 2 Penflingers, 2 Nitros, a deadly poison in hand. That is a lot of damage.
And a secret passage.
You can Penflinger twice on the Devout Pupil. Throw a poison on there, Penflinger that twice again. Throw another poison, Penflinger twice again. Passage would probably be your play on the next turn, I guess, if you had to. There's only 3 cards left in deck anyway, and one of them is Self-Sharpening Sword. So basically, Astral has is going in right now.
We got 15 right now. Is it the count? 17.
Is this enough? I didn't feel like counting, but it's really close. It might be enough.
It's pretty.
Looks like it's enough.
It's enough.
So
Certainly
yeah.
enough.
Oh, do the Penflinger lethal. Yes. Very well executed by Astral Frog, complete with the stylish "Hey loser" at the very end to get the lethal. And game 1 goes to Astral Frog. Tonk, if you are corny, not just yet. Dab on him is fighting back. 9 eyebrows Paladin gets eliminated. As we mentioned, this is, of course, Hero Series. Astral Frog's road will stay up, and 9 eyebrows will be down to his Priest and Warrior.
Right. Priest come out, or does Warrior come out? So if it's definitely be Warrior because of the way Rogue runs things.
Because of Risky Skipper,
yeah.
I would expect Warrior.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think Warrior. Warrior for 9 eyebrows should be a good pick. Just the.
So we will see. I mean, it could be a, spicy control type priest, but I'd be very surprised to see anything other than.
It is a priest that comes out to play, so that's interesting.
Here comes priest. Okay then.
9 eyebrows with
what
the confidence.
Priest do we have? Definitely. A Plague of Death and 2 Insights. Nova, is this Res Priest?
This is a Resi, yep.
We'll see if Res Priest can set up taunt walls and heal faster than Rogue can burn it down.
Certainly going to be interesting. Keeping 1 insight, cool. 2 of them would probably be too much at that point in time. Because you got nothing to corrupt it immediately outside of the Holy Note.
Absolutely. And we see 9 eyebrows picking up a Grave Rune and an Infiltrator. That could be a lot of problems for the Rogue if this can stick early.
Yep.
Astral Frog, interestingly, pitched the prep and swindle
Quickly.
that was
Really?
in the opening mull, and the opening hand instead looks significantly worse here. Just got to throw out this plunderer for
Wow.
early pressure.
Early tempo. Pass by Nine Eyebrows.
A strong pass,
Strong
a
pass, my
confident
bad.
pass.
More of a
All
I
right,
can't do
and
nothing
Astral,
pass.
there's nothing to do but dagger, right? You just dagger, you hold the swing. No, gonna swing.
Yep.
I mean, there are no weapon buffs yet, so might want to be squeezing in this damage, hoping for the self-sharpening sword anyway, as far as weapon buffs go. Nine,
Yeah.
a strong, confident heal your own
Heal.
face.
Yep. Almost heal your own face.
And now Astral has the ability to go Penflinger Swindle to activate that combo, get the Penflinger back. Here it comes. Let's see what the Swindle picks up. It's damage and stealth. Who could have guessed?
Who'd have thunked it? Mass Resurrection, which is a million miles away from being
All
pulled
right.
right now.
Priest on Coin has made it to turn 3. That means Bone Wraith time.
Yep.
Let's get these taunt walls started.
Can't handle it. You know that Grave Rune's coming out first.
Yeah, and at this point, with the Grave Rune in hand, 2 Grave Runes actually, Astrofrog is at a point where if he does not clear the priest minions every single turn, then he will be in a very bad spot.
Yep.
And just gonna sacrifice a Penflinger again, or at least leave it out to potentially die to any possible removal. Nine Eyebrows has a Holy Nova. You know that's getting ripped immediately. Bye-bye Penflinger. All right, no need to go slow. We got a stealth minion. We got a minion that draws cards when you have a stealth minion. It uses all the mana.
Yep.
We do it.
Yep. We call him Sage.
Oh, and here's a Psycho Pomp for Nine Eyebrows as well. Yeah, probably wants this Infiltrator instead, and then on the next turn can Psycho Pomp and possibly either heal or insight. Things are looking pretty decent for the Priest right about now.
Yeah, I think this is walking right into what Priest is looking to do, which is slow it down, get them big taunts, some taunts anyway, in the way, so there's no way that he'd have to go over top, and he doesn't have Rogue doesn't have enough to go over top with the
All right, so
Eviscerates.
Astral maybe considering Penflinger prep, Penflinger swim, and then hopefully try to push through some damage. Could also use this Plunderer as well, which might be the other consideration.
Swindle.
Would guarantee that 3 damage at least could push face, and might be more. Still having a real hard time drawing that self-sharpening sword. Second time 2 of them have been in the bottom 15. Make that bottom 13.
Wow.
Still no sword. Out comes Plunderer here, and it kills the Plunderer. Great news for Astrofrog. Gets to push 6 instead of 3.
Do you throw the Cartoot out here, or Cartut?
I mean, Cartoot is, what, effectively an extra 11 health for you on 6 mana. And you also get that minion back in the res pool as well.
I like it.
Some interesting options for Nine Eyebrows. I mean, the play without the defender was probably something like Psycho Pomp heal. Or I guess you could go Insight because of the discount and hope that you hit something good.
This guarantees that Defender's
It's a lot
gonna
of
be
damage on board for Astral Frog already, though. And with the burn capability that Rogue has, you have to be thinking, if I don't do enough right here on this turn for your 9 eyebrows, you just die. He doesn't know that based on Astral Frog's hand. Astral doesn't quite have enough to just get there with a realistic play from the priest, but might. So out comes Psycho Pump then, following the insight, pulls the Bone Wraith. There's the sword. So we see Astral, no real hesitation. That's the weapon that makes this deck go.
burr. Burr, burr, burr.
Indeed. Gonna see maybe a Penflinger and a Deadly Poison. The breakpoints are still a little bit awkward, which might be the reason for the pause here.
So we got 10 on board right now, currently. The weapon.
Yeah, so looks like Astral deciding needs to trade this Delinquent first before going with the Penflinger moves.
Oh, and nice, okay.
Okay. Gonna sacrifice this Penflinger again, maybe?
Because he had time. Yep.
Does get it off. Back as well, was able to pull off the 1-mana cutting class. Didn't see that got that animation in time. So 9 eyebrows now sitting here at 9 health. Facing down a 4/3 sword, 2 3/3s, not looking all that safe.
Still has a Astral Frog still has a Eviscerate and a Sinister Strike in deck, so.
And with the Penflingers, that just means it's too much over the top damage. Yep. So you could try the Convincing Infiltrator Grave Rune play and pray that your opponent isn't holding all of those burn cards that go through taunts or bypass taunts, I guess. Otherwise, it may just have to be like a Renew and a Cartoot and a trade. I think Convincing Infiltrator Grave Rune is just too dangerous at 9 health for the priest.
I think that's what they're going with.
But
yep.
9 eyebrows is going for it. Says you never have it. You never have the Sinister Strike and the Eviscerate or card draw. And as it happens, Astral Frog doesn't have it yet. This Convincing Infiltrator is a headache to get through.
Especially if it's a Grave Rune.
I wonder.
And there's still just 1 Penflinger in hand. Still quite a bit of Penflinger damage that can be pushed. If Astral could pick up like a Secret Passage or any more draw, then, you know, 9 eyebrows is probably just dead. But waiting on it for now means 9 will have another turn to try to hang in there. Okay, we're gonna see a Nitro. Grave Rune Dominion like this definitely creating a lot of logistical problems for Astral Frog as they try to figure out how to navigate this turn. And just, you know, squeezing in some damage with the Penflingers and leaving the minion alone.
I think that was smart, not running into it just because it's just going to complicate your next turn because you're waiting for your Sinister Strike or Eviscerate come through.
So Renew a big play here for 9. Let's see what he can pick up from it. More heal. Yeah. Oh, that's massive.
Yeah.
Spend 2 mana.
You throw the Cartoot
8.
up?
I think I'd like to see that. He's been holding back on this Kartut for a little while here.
Breath of
You've got the
Breath-
option to also Grave Rune again on this minion, which creates like seemingly like an invincible taunt wall to get through.
Breath.
Goes Breath of the Infinite. This is max healing for right now. Getting in the Radiance and the Hero Power, which he would not have otherwise been able to do if he played the Kartut Defender. So 9 Eyebrows now sitting at 17, and it's going to be a lot tougher for Astrofrog to find a way through. But here comes a hit of one of these, and I don't see a way that Astrofrog kills this other Infiltrator, which means second Grave Rune potentially coming in could be a major problem. As well as, there's a mass res that puts up a potential additional taunt wall. Plague of Death can just clear out every board threat there is, but I don't think you want to leave an open pathway for a 9 attack weapon, so we shouldn't be seeing that from 9. Astrofrog just can't get there yet.
Yeah.
And this is starting to look like Priest is turning the corner.
With me.
11-2 weapon. Nasty. So, mass res.
11-2 weapon just doesn't do much of anything against taunt walls, though.
Nope. So,
yeah, 9 Eyebrows, more interesting options here. Do you Grave Rune? Do you Mass Res? Do you play a Defender and heal? Do you play a Bone Wraith and a Grave Rune?
nah, you
There's lots of options.
just Plague of Death. See what happens. No big deal.
Yeah, just hit him in the face for 2
Yeah,
and Plague of Death.
Yeah.
It'd be totally fine to have this 11 attack weapon go in when you're at 16 health.
Yeah. What bad could come of that? Oh, could see the Kartut come down. Or another Grave Rune on top of the Bone Wraith.
9 maybe just hanging on to this other Grave Rune specifically for the Kartut, which is a turn 10 play that he can do. Knows that he gets very likely, a good taunt wall. Was probably hoping to not res the Psychopomp, but still, this is 2 more taunts. And 2 of these taunts, by the way, clear up your opponent's minions.
Yep.
How does that?
Taunts.
I don't see any way the weapon gets to hit face. It looks to me like Astrofrog is gonna come short here. I think that 9 Eyebrows has effectively kind of closed the door.
Hey, loser.
Alright, Penflinger kills a minion, Sinister Strike, get it back to the hand. Pushing face again with it now. Now it comes a prep to get it back, and okay, finally uses that Penflinger and have it sacrificed. There's the 11 attack weapon getting through another taunt. That is a 12 attack weapon just praying to go face, but here comes the play that 9 Eyebrows has been waiting on patiently for oh so long. It's a Kartut Defender and a Grave Rune on it.
What's up?
Considering, paused for a sec, didn't just immediately rip it, but I think you always do it.
Yeah, guaranteed. Wait for it. There we go. There we go.
There it is.
Green,
and
green
the door
grass.
for Aggro Rogue has been slammed shut. This deck does not run Silence. That is not a useful card off the top. And this is going to be game. We just maybe wait around for a few more turns before the game ends, but the game is already over.
Yeah. The multiple taunts, unless a huge misclick happens with the Plague of Death being played by Nine Eyebrows.
Yeah, that's Astro Frogs out. Pass the turn. Nine Eyebrows immediately rips Plague of Death and loses the game.
Did I do that?
Now, I mean, sure, you can palm reading, bone
Oh,
rate.
there you
Oh
go.
my god. It's already over anyway. Stop, he's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Dangerously movie is
We very much should see a concede from. Okay, there it is.
yeah. Kill them until they're dead.
So Res Priest picks up the victory against the aggro rogue. We've got Nine Eyebrows. Res Priest will now stay up. Astral Frog's rogue eliminated, and Astral is down to Paladin and Warrior, two classes that don't really love playing against Res Priest.
Nope.
So very sneaky move from Nine Eyebrows that could definitely pay off here.
I think it was one of those roll the dice kind of deal. If I make it, that's probably the worst matchup. The rogue just goes mad crazy and powers through it. So it was definitely a ballsy move by Nine Eyebrows to see what happens.
Oh, wow. Nine Eyebrows has so much weapon hate, too. That's a sticky finger in this priest deck, and that is going to be huge against the warrior. We can
Yep.
see a Horde Pillager in Astrofrog's hand. That's a bomb warrior. Nine Eyebrows, he's got a sixth sense. He knows he's up against bomb warrior. He's keeping the sticky. I mean, you probably keep the sticky regardless against warrior because they have a lot of weapons, but
well, there's one
that
dead
could be
giveaway.
disaster.
Ron. One dead giveaway. As soon as the opponent's hero portrait shows up and it's warrior, then you keep it.
Easy.
That's almost brushy tuna type thinking right there. Okay. Series is tied 1-1. Match is tied 1-1 right now.
We're going to see a whole lot of thrilling hero power passes.
Yep. You want excitement? You want hero powers? You got us. Welcome to the show.
Oh, you know we got hero powers. But now we should see at least a card getting played, which is pretty exciting.
Hold on.
Nine Eyebrows can rip this palm reading here.
It could be a heal. Wondering, what does he do? What do you do? Oh, that was poor Keanu Reeves. What do you do? What do you do?
Nice. You can discount 4 spells. You can discover something. Nine Eyebrows, hard pass.
Yep, not even a heal.
No thanks.
Didn't
I
even
don't want to
heal
play
his
this palm
opponent.
reading. A fan of floating mana. All right, and the third consecutive button from Astral Frog. So, I mean, the consideration clearly then was that Nine Eyebrows really wanted to stick Vargoth on the board and try to double the palm reading.
Yep.
Which is a very nice play to get extra discounts and discovers. Opens up a very easy clear in a lot of cases for Warrior, but as we can see from Astral Frog's hand, there is no clear for this Vargoth. So Nine Eyebrows play is going to pay off very well.
Brave Room. Do you play it?
Hey, you could get Vargoth for days. I don't think you want to.
No.
But to me, you would still probably just want to rip the palm reading again. This was the setup. Okay, deciding against it. Still board completely susceptible to a Blade Storm, but no Blade Storm for Astral Frog.
No.
And I mean, you've got 6 mana. You've got a Corsair Cache.
You got a brawl.
You want the bomb weapon, so that's usually the play that Warrior's going to make here. If you're bomb warrior, you got a cache, you play it, because the weapon costs 4. You got 4 mana. You play the weapon. You put the bombs in their deck.
Take 2. Well, really, you're only taking 0 because you get 4 armor.
And
Ouch.
I mean, come on, Saku, are we seeing any other play but Sticky Finger? Let's be real. There's the Sticky Finger.
Sticky Finger number 1. Mind control.
And Vargoth gets to recast this Renew, meaning more discovers. 9 Eyebrows finds a Raised Dead. Let's see what random thing comes out of Vargoth.
Nothing's died for 9 Eyebrows just yet.
Other Renew gives. Oh wow, actually heals Astral's Face. Not that it really matters, but
Yeah.
kind of a funny 1 in 5 going wrong for Priest. Gift of Luminance, not bad.
Nope. Actually pretty. So, Astrofrog, what's he looking at trying to do right
Probably trying to fight the tilt, because that is a Sticky Finger that just took your bomb weapon, and that's your entire deck's game plan. You got a Horde Pillager in hand. It does nothing. It's a 4 mana 4/2. Equip what destroyed weapon? It didn't get destroyed. It got stolen.
now?
All right, out comes the Brawl. Yeah, things just look really rough for Astral Frog right about now. All things considered, the best Brawl outcome he could have had.
That is the best Brawl outcome for sure.
Which is not even that good, considering Raised Dead guaranteed would bring those 2 minions back. Although 9 would have to make space for it in hand first.
Yep. Get rid of the coin, do the palm reading.
Alright, finally plays this palm reading here. Rally would resurrect nothing. Initiation could do basically nothing. And Power Infusion seems pretty good.
Especially right now. Throw Power Infusion right on top of the floor. If you wanted to.
Good. So there's Power Infusion and Gift of Luminance as well.
I like it. Just to add
That
extra
is a
tilt.
beefy minion.
You get two
Yeah,
sticky fingers looking at.
Astrofrog's Bomb Warrior has more bombs in his deck than his opponent has in theirs.
Yep. Special note to our viewers out there, Ron Mexico loves sticky fingers.
You're getting me confused with Nice Cheers Owl. Sticky Finger was definitely responsible for one of my losses in,
Thank you, Lotus
in Hero
Knight.
this earlier season. Yeah. Thanks, Lotus Knight.
He started that pain train for Ron early in the season, and
all right, so out comes Quartermaster. Rush Lackey not really relevant for the Bomb Warrior at this stage. Shield Block gonna keep digging. There's that Blade Storm. Wow, that would have been great on turn, I don't know, 5?
yeah, I was just gonna say, turn 4 or 5 would have been good. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, he uses the Rush to clear up one of the Divine Shielded Stickies. And I mean, this looks like a nightmare for Bomb Warrior. You just got nothing good going on. And Priest is having fun, honestly. Just doing whatever it likes. Yeah, let's renew our face for no heal. See what we can discover.
Hey, Reborn. No? Raised Dead again? For 0 cost?
Maybe? Embalming was not bad, but sure, yeah, Raised Dead gives you a Vargoth and a high likelihood of another sticky. When the other bomb weapon finally does come down, you just take that too.
There is another sticky there, fella. So, ooh, and another heal to the opponent's face. That's very nice.
Vargoth loves renewing his opponent's face here, apparently.
Yeah.
Just wants to extend the agony and draw out this game longer than it needs to be.
Yep. Oh, can I just put you just 3 mana over? You don't die right away? Okay.
I wonder.
You could see the 610 disappear.
I don't know if you're Astral Frog, this is just waiting to be a bottom right. Maybe in the next 5 minutes or so.
What now?
What are you saying, Ron?
Your win con has been completely taken
Decimated.
away from you
Yes.
by Priest.
Yep.
Galakrond is one of the most important things you can have in this matchup for the Warrior, just to push that extra damage. It's an unfavorable, but Galakrond converts your hero power into actual damage, so you can try to push some damage and pressure the Priest. But Nine Eyebrows is so far behind in this game that can't even pressure face, has to clear the minion. Nine Eyebrows is in such a favorable position, on the other hand, that he could literally just rip this Galakrond to kill a 1/1 just for fun. Not that it's a good play. Why not Psyche split the Cobalt Sticky Finger?
I was just gonna say you could to get for cards, get 10. Okay.
You'd get another. You'd get a 7/12 Divine Shield, and have another one on the board. That's pretty disgusting.
Get another Vargoth. Yep. You get 2 of them, not 1, but 2.
And out comes the Vargoth here, crucial to also dodge, some clears from Bladestorm.
Oh, look at that.
Vargoth loves just hitting the wrong stuff. It doesn't matter, but it is funny.
Do we get another
And
brawl?
there's bomb number 1 out of the 2 bombs in Astral's deck being drawn.
Another brawl could come down here. I think it has to come down here. There's too much damage. 18 damage on the board right now.
Yeah, you're in a bad spot as Bomb Warrior when you have a 16/16 Deathwing in your hand that is totally unplayable.
Garbage, as some people like to say.
So Brawl plus either Bladestorm or Coerce can be a full clear of this board. Wins the Brawl though,
That's
and
good.
it's a minion that can push face damage. So twice Astral Frog has had the best possible outcomes from these brawls. Uses the cutting class again, still digging for that other bomb weapon, hiding in the bottom 11.
Yep.
Emotes the oops, maybe didn't realize that would result in burning a card off the top. Little does he know, that's the next level play around of the sticky finger in hand. Just burn the bomb weapon in your deck so they can't steal it from you. Easy. But yeah, this is a game that Nine Eyebrows has.
Oh.
I just don't see it. I don't see any way he loses. We'll just play out some cards and wait to find out in a little bit.
Dr. Boom is useless, so throw that out. It's
Well,
a big
it
7
summons
cost
2
more.
1/1s.
Oh, really?
9 hasn't drawn the single bomb yet.
Okay.
So Boom is OG Dr. Boom from classic Hearthstone, Goblins versus Gnomes.
Now, it's possible for a Shadow Hunter to push back Blastmaster into your own deck.
You could Vol'jin your own Boom and then
maybe bring
summon
out the
something
Deathwing.
else. Like, yeah, maybe get the Deathwing.
That'd be an interesting play. But I'm not going to see it.
Well, it's going to be impossible with a Plague of Death. All right, and there, though, that is Nine's best answer to a 16/16 in his hand. Astral's got an empty board, might just want to slam this giant minion down. Did finally pick up this other Wrench Caliber and may want to play it.
What if?
But, 8 mana 16/16, pretty good, especially post Plague of Death.
To do.
Maybe.
Real conflicted on these choices right now.
Yep.
seems to still mostly be in favor of this Deathwing. This is the one that's been hovered more than anything else. Yep. Out it comes. It's a lot of stats. Pushes 3 damage again. This is the moment. 9 Eyebrows does need to clear this. This is one of the few chances that 9 could actually lose this game.
Is getting
On the back of
32
this
to the face.
16-16.
Yeah. Getting 32 to the face is not very good.
But you know, Res Priest has a whole lot of taunts. Insight can pull a taunt. And if it's specifically the 2/6 death rattle that kills a minion, 9 could be in great shape, considering a 3-mana Grave Rune in hand.
Cyclopomp is going to bring.
Looks like he wants to corrupt the Insight first. Okay, so out comes Psychopomp. Also, I mean, has the added benefit of maybe just finding that minion already, which it does, and it has Reborn. You can give that Grave Rune. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. What
That's not good for the Warrior.
do you mean? You can just shove that 2/6 back in the deck
But
and 16 to the face.
there you go.
Yep.
Vol'jin flips it. Oh my god, and it pulls the best target. I
Oh.
may have spoken too soon here.
Tide
Talking
has
about
turned.
Bomb Warrior not having a chance. It had to be a very specific sequence of events in order for Astrofrog to even have a glimmer of a chance here, and the window has opened.
Does a bomb come out right now?
Yeah, there were two bombs deck that could have ended the game on the spot in favor of Astrofrog. Priest still has a lot of ways to stay alive here, but this looks extremely dangerous. What do you do if you're 9 Eyebrows? He was in such a commanding position just a couple turns ago, and things have just completely flipped the other way.
I was thinking he'd go.
Defender Grave Rune, yeah, there you go. Now, if Astrofrog just had one more Vol'jin, this would be easy game over. But all you need is to get through both of these defenders. And I think, does he have a way to do it here? There's a coerce and a shield slam, right? You play the quartermaster, you coerce the defender, you shield slam the reborn part, and you lethal with Deathwing.
Yep.
There's the lethal right here if Astral can see it. Wow. He's got the game. All he has to do is make the play. Okay, that works too, right? You can punch, face, and Bladestorm, and then coerce. There's multiple ways. Choose your lethal, but this defender is not going to heal enough. So Astrofrog just has to make sure he's doing the math correctly. And this is actually, I can't believe it. Like, Priest just dominated this game, and Bomb Warrior just found a way. Okay, here we go. What is this Horde Pillager doing? Did he not see it? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Astrofrog did not spot the lethal here.
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
So
Ooh.
you can't throw Plague down at this exact moment. It's a trap again? Secret? Pack tactics.
The secret definitely complicates things a little bit, but you just test. If you're 9, you play the sticky finger, or you trade the sticky finger first in the hopes that it's like a freezing trap, and then you could defender and take some trades.
You can do Hysteria
it's rough.
Here, can't you?
You can't exactly even like get that the first defender to die and then Plague of Death after the heal, because you're probably dead to the wrench and the hero power and possible bomb. So trades first, looking at convincing.
I was gonna say.
I mean, Hysteria obviously clears up quite a bit, or can.
Say his.
Oh, okay, here we go. The convincing infiltrator should then because of the hysteria. So there goes the entire board. And Nine Eyebrows gets a little bit more healing, gets more of these Cartoon Defenders. Oh, this is gonna haunt Astral Frog, I think, going back on the replay. There
Yep.
was absolutely a lethal with the Deathwing and just didn't see it, and now Priest has put up another heal and taunt wall. Oh, that looked like Priest was gonna cruise to the victory, and then all of a sudden, you know, Bomb Warrior had the window, and now the window is slamming shut again. There's glass shards everywhere, Saku.
And no custodial engineer to help clean up the mess. I get you.
What about?
Wow, that was time and a lot of cards in your hand and a lot of thinking had to go through.
I mean, there's still a chance, though, technically, for Astral,
Mhm.
despite the defenders, you know, just because of the bombs. You could swing the bomb weapon into this 3-1 defender, then play a Blade Storm to clear up this first part. Then you could maybe Blade Storm again.
Bombs are going to make a big difference here. So he's got 15 damage so far in his deck.
Doesn't want to give any heal, though. Okay, so just trying to go in with the bombs, and Nine Eyebrows just dodging bombs like a boss here.
So, do you do the Mind Render Lucia and go for the Horde Pillager?
You absolutely can't, I think, because of the Plague of Death in your hand as the priest. If you played
true,
Lucia,
yeah.
you would give them the plague to just plague your healers. So yeah, Nine taking the opportunity to kill his own board with this Breath of the Infinite and heal some more. Now Astral Frog actually drawing the bomb. He only had 2 bombs put in his deck. Nine Eyebrows has 3? 4?
4.
I lost track.
Yep, 4 now.
4, and hasn't drawn any.
And got no way to clear this board right now.
Yeah, this looks like it's pretty much game over for Astral Frog. Has to hope for 4 consecutive bombs off the top because of Nine Eyebrows' health breakpoint being at 16 rather than 15. No way to gain any armor to activate the shield slams. Blade Storms, of course, will just heal more. As Pillager comes down,
Nope, I think he's just going
I
to
don't see
sacrifice.
this doing much of anything.
Yeah, he's just sacrificing himself.
Well, you don't attack because you still have the... If there's 4 bombs in deck, then you end turn and pray. But you know that it's game over if you don't win right now off of multiple bomb draws, and Nine Eyebrows just never draws a bomb.
Nope.
So 4 bombs in that bottom 13, dodged them all, and Priest picks up a surprisingly nerve-wracking victory in that game 3. Nine Eyebrows will eliminate the Bomb Warrior. Res Priest stays up, and Astro Frog is down to the Paladin. I think with the only 1 win so far, if the Paladin loses, this just clinches the title, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's 3-1 for Booze and...
Yeah, it'd be a 12-2.
Yeah.
8 points each back the other way. Sweeps. Wait, no, there's 2 games left to be played. If Nine Eyebrows wins right now, Tonk if you're corny takes a 12-2 lead, and then Dab on him. If they get back-to-back sweeps, actually, they would win. So it isn't over. Regardless of outcome, it is not decided tonight, but only very, very technically.
One loss means...
Yeah, a single, like, it would have to be Doohan sweep C-Mac and Buse sweep Skirt Reynolds, and if either of them lose a single game, it's over. Unless, of course, Astral Frog can pull out the reverse sweep with this Paladin.
I wonder.
I cannot wait to read these.
The way we've seen Paladin behave, it went pretty hard the first game, but then after that it snowballed. So.
All right, so here's the Paladin's early game window. Stick the Aldor Tendon early. Priest passes. Get a Crab Rider going, or maybe some good first day minions. Oh,
Get a thick
Corridon would
chicken.
be so happy right now.
Yes,
the
he would.
angriest chicken.
Yep.
But also Infectious Sporling,
That-
kind of possibly relevant against a Res Priest. You get to transform a Kartut Defender. You're pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I would say, especially if you've seen a Grave Ruin pop down, that really murders
I think
that,
you need to save this Sporling for Broom if
Yeah.
you're Astral Frog.
That's a good strat.
And once again, you know, Nine Eyebrows not going to be doing much. Probably just heals face and passes. Oh, a renew heal though. Okay. And
There's a Grave Ruin.
I mean, when in doubt, you could pick the card that's your main deck. Goes with a Lazul scheme though.
Interesting. Just wake me up before.
All right, out comes Palm Reading on 3. Gets a whole bunch of discounts on the hand.
Idol's
Some interesting
interesting.
options as well.
Yeah, Idol's interesting. Thought Steal be good too.
1 mana Thought Steal seems pretty decent. Initiation's not even that bad, but Idol very much fits with Res Priest's overall game plan.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, here comes the chicken. Astral Frog pushing more damage. Another palm reading being picked up from Nine Eyebrows. Facing down an increasingly scarier board. Just going to go more Discover and discounts. It's a hand almost completely full of spells.
Hysteria.
Oh, wow. Hysteria is massive.
Yep.
Already have 1 for clears.
Made that angry chicken disappear.
Sorry, Corridon. Angry chicken's gone.
Yep. Night, night.
All right, there's a free Corrupted Insight. Pulls a 2 mana Psychopomp. Seems pretty good. All right, considering Pride.
Yep.
A little bit surprised we didn't just see the True Seeker get slammed onto the board here for discounts. Paladin loves discounts. But going with a little bit of a different line here, still uses all the mana, gets some draw going as well.
Yep.
And squeezing in a little bit more damage.
2. So Nine Eyebrows' plan to win is still pretty much the same. It's just try and get some taunt minions up that are going to be able to basically nullify Astral Frog's minions with taunts, right?
Yeah, I'm also just noticing the chat caught up to what I thought was lethal. And I had forgotten about Grave Ruin on the Kartut Defender.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I mentioned that earlier, but anyway, it's all right. We're just excited.
Bad.
We're just excited, so. I'm seeing.
All right, here we go. Astral Frog finding the Broom with the Penflinger, your own Pride play. Plays the Sporling, gets the Broom out to transform the Kartut Defender.
Smart play.
Solid move here for the Paladin.
Do you kill it or do you? Broom might come in and.
But now it's weird because your opponent has a Sporling now, and if you hit the Sporling, it will transform your minion. So using this Libram Wisdom means you lose one of your Libram Wisdoms.
I think he's found the way.
So yeah, goes instead with the safer play to make sure that he doesn't lose his own firepower here and pushing a little bit more damage.
So that doesn't go into the Psychopomp pool because it did not die. Instead, Spore.
Yes,
died.
there's a Sporling in that Psychopomp pool, which just feels real weird for 9 Eyebrows.
But it might be okay too because it would get rid of the ability for the at least temporarily until the late Liadrin kind of floats down and provides more buffs. So it's more long term.
True. So Bone Wraith comes out for 9 Eyebrows, takes a little bit of healing here. Astral, a little bit late on these discounts here with a turn 7 True Seeker. Had the option to play it on turn 5 and 6. Finally coming out now, we'd expect. And holding 2 Libram of Wreck Your Board. Might as well play one of them now.
I forgot that you guys named it Wreck Your Board. So
That's right.
and the Libram of +1/+1.
Yeah, I guess we should probably rename Libram of Hope. Libram of Big Boy Healing,
Yeah.
right? Okay, Astral, of course, clearing the minion again, gets a little bit more draw off this attendant. 9 Eyebrows sitting at a reasonably healthy 15 health right now, and has a number of ways to still interact with this board. Mass Res is even online right now, but that seems mostly bad given the death pool that currently exists. Okay, we're gonna go for it.
That is pretty good.
2 Bone Wraiths. I was thinking you just really didn't want Sporlings.
Yeah.
But maybe Sporling is even fine just to try to transform Librams.
Well, it just makes it worse for you to play your Libram of Massive Heal.
Let me
Yeah, the game's starting to get weird now.
Like, do I poke that one too? Nope, I don't touch it because that thing will just hurt me.
All right, out comes Crab Rider
Penflinger coming out.
for Astral Frog. Maybe, yeah, just going to use the Penflinger with like a First Day and or Hand of a Doll, possibly both of them to clear up the Sporling, which is just
First day of
such a
school.
problematic feeling card to see on the board.
Yep. First day of school is. I thought they were gonna play first.
quickly.
That makes sense to go draw first. First Day is still probably getting played. Unless you want to use the Libram Wisdom. That also makes sense too. Libram +1/+1.
Yeah.
And gonna need to APM this at the end, get all these attacks in. I think the full board clear they were able to get off.
Nope. Missed it.
Missed the True Seeker attacks, so this Bone Wraith will hang around. And 9 Eyebrows top deck to Plague of Death now has a way to easily clear up a board at any point. Gets the good outcome from the Hysteria here for the full clear. Gets to play this Idol. Wow, that's a big infiltrator, and that is a brutal burn
That
for
is a
Astral Frog.
Big burn.
The Silas could be such a crucial card in this matchup, especially.
Bear
Now
Off
we
would be good to
Let me
poke
think.
right now, wouldn't it? And Penflinger.
Yeah, but you lose some things that way.
Okay.
Astral, holding this heal the health isn't really that important, I guess, at this point, to like need to hold off on taking 10 damage, and just needs to be pen flingering to send as much damage as possible to get Nine Eyebrows closer to the kill. Now we see the first day. Psychic Conjure is kind of interesting.
Move
Yeah.
quickly.
Plague coming down.
You don't necessarily have to Plague just yet if you're Nine Eyebrows. You may also want to try to high roll the Psycho Pomp. There's 2 chances now that it could be the Sporling, which wouldn't feel. There's also an option to just play the Convincing Infiltrator and Grave Rune it. Yeah, and that looks to be pretty good. You're not worried about Silas, you saw it burn.
Nope.
So Astral immediately going with the Devout Pupil. Okay. Then we
Gordon
see
did
Leader
chime
of
in
Hope get
eventually.
played.
Boy Gordon chimed in eventually there.
Nice.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Yeah, got excited to see the Angry Chicken.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
who did you pick up?
Sorry, Corden from 10 minutes ago. It's gonna die.
Got Lucia that came out to play for Paladin.
Yeah, that's real weird. This game got funky. I don't know how much use the Paladin can make of this Mindrender Lucia, but it's possible. But now with this kind of board that Astral is making, it's just asking for a Plague of Death.
Yep.
Not anymore, since they decided to go in with all the attacks here and just actually full clear up this board. But depending on where this 2/6 Death Rattle goes,
Wow.
okay,
Favorable.
kind of hit the ideal target for Astral Frog, because a Plague of Death would have gotten rid of those Librams.
Yeah.
And now Plague of Death doesn't feel nearly as good. You may still feel compelled to do it as the Priest, just to get rid of that 8/8, because you don't have any other good ways to deal with it. But Paladin, Astral Frog doing a really great job of, getting through the board, presenting enough other minions on board to try to disperse out the death rattles to have some favorable chances, and still, with the pen flinger in hand and the 2 Librams, can keep pushing damage. Psycho Pump for 9 Eyebrows, see what it hits. Bone Wraith,
2-5, not bad, but
kind of meh. Could be worse though.
stole his weapon.
So this means this 8/8 should be able to connect face. And I haven't started a count, but there's a possible lethal here.
So it's 10 on board right now.
I'm just gonna let Astral do the math this time, because I already got it wrong with the what was it, the Grave Rune on the cartoon. But this looks like it should be a fairly easy lethal for Astral Frog. Just using these pen flinger charges to get
Yeah, it's definitely lethal. We're at 12
pushing
right
up
now.
damage.
One more pen flinger poke and it's done.
Yep, 9 Eyebrows sees it. There we go.
The writing on the
Saku.
wall.
It's the best words in all of Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, which is
Game 5.
5.
Here we go.
Sync.
So really nice job for Astro Frog finding a way through that pesky Res Priest, and it is now Paladin versus Warrior. Things are slightly in the stats edge on the side of Paladin this time, so Astro Frog a very real chance to try to pick up this victory and keep the chances for Dab on him much higher than just a wing and a prayer.
Right. And a song.
We see the Bulwark in hand for Nine Eyebrows Warrior. Maybe this is the Silas OTK. Armor Vendor, I think, makes that more likely.
And prayer. Could it be?
All right, out comes Armor Vendor early.
It looks like it is.
Reporting for duty.
And
ETC.
Astro Frog taking it
ETC.
slow.
Yeah.
You think it's ETC?
Yeah.
It's possible it's an ETC that's more control oriented
Control-driven. Yep.
with
Gotta-
with Armor Vendor
We gotta remember.
and Bulwark.
We gotta remember that Just in Time is on Nine Eyebrows' team, so it could be the ABC one as well. If they both share the
True.
same.
It could be a warrior that runs Silas and no Ash Tongue and
Yep.
still runs ETC and Broom and the rest of the combo.
Yep.
Always some interesting choices you're presented with when you are playing in a closed list series. We will find out at some point. First day of school gives a risky skipper. Are you kidding me? Both players holding a risky skipper in their hand. Go figure. It is not a warrior mirror. So this turn and next turn, pretty much the most awkward turns available to Astral Frog here before you can just jam that Aldor True Seeker and get the discounts going. Nine Eyebrows off to a pretty good start.
Yep.
You know, able to clear up the board again if he likes. Can use the cutting class for more draw. May want to hold it because you get discounts with Sword Eater. More armor for right now looks good. Okay, draws another pirate. That's 2 skippers in hand now. Depending on build, we're probably only seeing 1 remaining pirate in Nine Eyebrows deck, being a Sword Eater. But I don't know, maybe he's got Weapon Hate in the other 2 decks. Maybe there's a sticky finger in this one too.
Could be. The reason for two to the minion instead of 2 face is there, like, outside of keeping the 1/3 a little bit healthy, but doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I sort of figured that Nine Eyebrows would want to keep as much armor as possible and actually trade the vendor. But maybe there's some 2 health breakpoints he was considering.
Okay.
Or it just felt overall it wasn't all that relevant,
Yep.
and you know, 1/3 better than 1/2.
Yep.
We are going to see the Sword Eater come out here, I would expect. And now we've got power versus power, where Warrior does its favorite turn 4 thing, Paladin likely about to do its favorite turn 5 thing with the True Seeker.
Yep.
Paladin likes discounts.
Paladin loves the thrift shop.
All right, so there's a Silas for Nine Eyebrows in hand, making it a bit more likely that this is the Silas OTK version. And
Ooh.
yep, there's the Ash Tongue. That should all but seal it as the deck archetype. It's still possible, maybe, that he runs an ETC as well, but I'd say that might be trying to do too much.
Yep.
Goes ahead with the clear of this True Seeker. Takes the armor gain. Throws out more armor gain. This vendor doesn't have to, isn't going to burn a card off the top. And I think Astro Frog should have a good idea as well, given the double armor vendor, that it's likely he's up against the Silas OTK deck as well.
So a couple missing pieces for Nine Eyebrows. Obviously, armor not being up to 30 or close to 30 right now. And
let me think.
What needs another armor? A shield slam.
Yeah, it needs to find that shield slam primarily to have the full turn 9 or 9 mana combo with Silas, Ash Tongue, and the shield slam, and then just needs to, of course, get the armor up to a high enough point that it can work as a lethal, or at least massive damage push.
There's one.
Speaking of the card, Nine Eyebrows has the full combo. And more importantly, too, holding Skipper, Armor Smith, and Bloodsworn Mercenary, which means that is a lot of additional armor gain. Okay, Bulwark now.
Interesting. Okay.
So Nine Eyebrows looking for as much of a setup as possible here. Just gonna wait, maybe planning the Armor Smith play with Skipper on the next turn. For Astral Frog, not a whole lot that you can do just yet. The main thing would be, pushing damage when you can, and with this Bulwark up, that creates a bit of a challenge. Penflinger in hand is definitely important for this. You can start chipping away at that Bulwark charge. Got a 0 mana Libram Wisdom, so there's quite a bit of Penflinger damage that you can throw in. Libram Justice doesn't feel great using, but it is an additional 1 damage you can send. So yeah, we see Astral Frog just kind of calculating out how can I remove as many charges from this Bulwark as possible. And with that Broom in the trade, of course, gets the Libram Wisdom back for more Penflinger hits. Looks like chose to hold back on that Libram Justice. The Libram will wreck your board.
Yeah.
So only 1 durability remains on the Bulwark. And do we see
a Shield Slam come down? Just a poke from 1/3 and Shield Slam? Still gonna get handled by the other minion.
I mean, you could, because of the other Shield Slam pickup, actually use the Shield Slam to take out a recruit and then trade the minion and then Blade Storm or something. It does give you the full clear.
I wonder.
Not a ton of fantastic options for Nine Eyebrows right now. Shield Slam also gets the job done on this 5/6 minion. Decides to leave up the recruit though, which means Penflinger can knock off the final charge and recruit can start pushing a little bit more damage with a buff on it. Although I guess if you're Astral Frog, you're holding that Libra of Hope. Libra of Big Boy Healing here. You could just slam down a Divine Shield 8/8 taunt and say, you got to deal with this. And that looks to be the most effective use of their mana right now. Going for this play and also pushing 2 damage. Feels pretty solid.
Oh, Argath.
Nine Eyebrows, 1 turn off of the mana for the Silas combo, but nowhere close to the armor available to set up any kind of lethal.
What now?
Yeah.
The additional minion on board making Bladestorm awkward as well. Still holding the opportunity for Skipper Armor Smith armor gain play, but not going to be able to clear the board that way with it. Presents some interesting challenges here if you're 9.
And our viewers are just starting to catch up with Game 5 right now, so welcome our 47 viewers for the evening.
What now?
Love to see it.
It's because of you, buddy. That's what it is.
Not at all. They're here for the players, and we are too.
Right.
I'm excited to see
100 million%.
how this one plays out. So Nine Eyebrows just going to slam down this Kargath and press the button, biding his time. But all this armor that's been accumulated is about to go away. And it's going to be another uphill climb to try to reach that armor gain point to get the payoff with the Ash Tongue and the Silas.
Yeah, it's going to be disrupting. Sure.
Looks like it's hey loser time again.
Yep.
I would imagine that Nine Eyebrows likely runs a Rattle deck. I would say that Astral Frog would be pretty aware of that likelihood as well and could be just holding the Silas for that. So gonna just squeeze in as much incremental damage as possible and play out the other cards in hand. You don't necessarily have to hold.
Field.
All right, and decides to hold back on the hero power as well. Wants to have a better chance of a good board surviving in the event of a brawl, which we see Nine Eyebrows is not holding,
Yep.
but the consideration to be played around anyway.
Minefield actually helps.
Minefield probably gives you the clear if you're Nine Eyebrows. I mean,
Yep.
It's very unlikely that all 5 go into the 8/8 and would block the Bladestorm from being played.
I'm going to clip this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, the last one, Soccer. The last one. Oh, that had to be a bit of a nerve-wracking moment for Nine. He's like, no way, you gotta be kidding me. But it does, in fact. The final one does hit the Crab Rider. Wow.
What a good
Wow.
clip. Hopefully that clip got on stream. That's...
All right, more Hey Loserin, Hand of Doll, pretty big pickup for Astral Frog, just getting more draw into the deck, more Penflinger charges. Now, you know, bit of a consideration, do we actually put the other Hand of Doll on the minion? Do we Penflinger first? Do we hedge for anything? All right, and then, yeah, decides to play it just a little bit differently. Order-wise, still works out ultimately the same way. You get those other Penflinger charges in, use all the mana, and this 1/1 Silverhand Recruit, he's looking big. This guy's been lifting 2 Hand of a Dolls and a Light's Wisdom. Big boy 6/6 Recruit.
So,
out comes Skipper Armorsmith. Now we're going for the armored play as well as, you know, finally picking up the Battle Rage, which should have been the main reason Nine was holding back for so long on this play. Wants to get the draw off of it.
There's the Armorsmith.
Gets the draw 4, finds another Armorsmith. That is a lot more armor as well. Doesn't, but could be considering it. You have another neat combo in and of itself with Bayrov, Skipper, and Armorsmith for a future turn. If you wanted to hold back, maybe just press the button now. Don't have a way to deal with this Silverhand Recruit just yet, though. Outside of the Shield Slam, which you're never using, because it's your win con.
Shield Slam never coming down. You just... If Kargath comes down, that's just going to be a big...
Nine Eyebrows looks like he's thinking it's worth it to throw down the Armorsmith.
Nope.
Thinks better of it. Presses the button. Okay, and a Vol'jin pickup from Astral Frog. We've seen Vol'jin be very crucial in a lot of different stages of these matches lately.
You'd almost want to pull it here, because if you know he's close to a...
Looks like this would be the turn, though, that that Astral Frog maybe wants to go with the Libram of wreck your board.
Okay.
Penflinger going face first instead of clearing up the Skipper Merc. Maybe you still have the mana to do everything anyway. Or maybe you just don't care about those minions and you only want the Armor Smith as the kills. Might just be ignoring the 1-1 and the 2-1. They aren't actually all that relevant. And Blessing of Wisdom, of course, to bounce the Penflingers back, gets to push damage and remove some more armor, draw a card, see what you get. It is more discounts, but no need to play that when it can be a little bit more efficient with the mana and play the Recruit. Decides to go ahead and clear this risky Skipper at the end of the play. All right, how does 9 Eyebrows get there? Only 8 armor so far. Leads with the Cutting class, finds a Sword Eater and another Merc. That's another way to maybe find a way with the other Skipper Armor Smith combo. Facing down quite a bit of pressure though currently, and this weapon swing means a lot more armor gets wiped out. It does, remove some of the pressure at least, but Astrofrog, I think looks to be in an extremely good position to win this game here.
Agree. So many options. Good bear
Both
off.
players just navigating this so carefully here. Exactly what you'd expect from a Game 5.
Game 5 situation.
There aren't a whole lot of cards. I mean, this is a hand full of cards, but there aren't a whole lot of cards that Astrofrog realistically even wants to play here. You just have to Penflinger a bit to get through the Sword Eater, play your other spells to get them back, chip away through it, and then push chip damage face. Hope that you get some good outcomes on first day. Well, Psychic Conjurer, that's pretty good. You can actually get a Rattlecore out of that. Gotta play the Conjurer. All right, we're roping, we're APMing. I think he's gonna get all these off.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Glacier Racer came down, Psychic Conjurer came down. What does it generate? A Battle Rage.
Yeah, Battle Rage.
Okay, not really
so
relevant. Battle Rage is probably just a shoot him in the face with Penflinger 2 more times card for the Paladin here.
So, do you go with the Skipper armor term?
It's deal 2 to the board and gain 10 armor. It doesn't really do enough for you, but 9 Eyebrows' entire hand doesn't really do enough.
Right.
There's still no Rattlegore to be played. Rattlegore in the bottom 4, we're not even running this deck. And we know, of course, even if the Rattlegore did get played, a Silas would just come down and take it. And then, maybe 9 Eyebrows would have to Silas and take it back. And that would get rid of the Ash Tongue Shield Slam play.
Interesting
so
play.
Brawl,
Yep.
is just not really much else that 9 Eyebrows could do. The Brawl, there isn't even like there was a good outcome for the Brawl, right? Like all of the outcomes were fine and none of the outcomes were fine. Okay, more Hey Loserin. Battle Rage literally draws nothing. So maybe you do actually want to hold it because 11 cards left in deck. Or you could Penflinger your own guy for a battle. Okay, there we go. I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Hey,
you
loser.
could just like play your skipper, but I guess skipper is actually being is the thought process for Astral, instead of using skipper to actually get like more draw off of Battle Rage. So picking up the additional big boy healing there.
Kargath Prime.
Gonna be very difficult for Nine Eyebrows to find a way in this game. Kargath Prime definitely is big for armor gain, but also just doesn't seem to be good enough in most cases.
What now?
Alright, so that 3 extra armor that Astral Frog was hanging on to from like turn 3, 4 maybe, it's finally gone. Just back at the regular 30 health. Nine Eyebrows now sitting over here with 26 health and 12 armor. And Astral Frog
Barrow
pretty
coming
much
down.
knows the game plan. The game plan is Warrior needs to gain armor, so take away the armor from the Warrior. Out comes Barov to clear up the Kargath easily. We're hey loserin' some more. Do we ever see this other Libram get played here, the 2 mana for nothing? Or more Penflinger hits, or just be conservative with it still?
That's a good
Looks
question.
like it's just still, opting on the conservative side. I mean, he gets to play the Salet's Pride, and every minion that persists on this board presents more and more problems for Nine Eyebrows.
Yeah.
It's additional damage, it takes away the armor, it demands removal, and things are slowly, falling out of reach. 2 cards left in deck. I guess Rattlegore's bottom 2, or he doesn't run it.
I'll show you who's boss.
But now, here comes Skipper Armorsmith. This is a pretty sweet little play too, because you can use your opponent's Barov against them to gain more armor with its ability triggering. Very nicely executed by Nine Eyebrows to gain just massive armor as quickly as possible. There's the Rattlegore finally showing up. So 30 armor right here. Full combo in hand. Astral Frog has to know it.
Yep.
How do you stop it?
With all the minions gone. Yeah, that could pull out.
Try to pull one of the cards first.
And it does. So does a
Huge pull.
you gotta,
Could have backfired tremendously if it pulled the Rattlegore as well. That would have just been game over. So Vol'jin RNG has been deciding a lot of series lately. And I think this could just lock up the game.
yeah, because he's got you forgot to put the broom down. Oh boy.
And Astral Frog emotes the oops. That's
I think that's
gonna end the game actually.
Oh. Because he was
that is
supposed
a
to put
brutal
broom down
way.
instead of
yeah, that's
so
gonna
bad.
do it. That's a brutal way to lose the series.
Oh, so much.
Yeah, the Ash Tongue, get that extra damage in face, not that it matters. There's the rotate. He pulled the necessary card and forgot to eliminate the card. The Silas rotation, and Nine Eyebrows takes the victory. Takes it in 5 games, so Tonk does not win the title just yet. There is an outside shot for Duin and Buse. But big win for Nine Eyebrows, putting the team up 12-3.
That was crazy match by both players. So proud of how they both came back and endured. So game 5 was nothing but exciting. So just fixing up.
There were some fireworks and really well navigated by Astral Frog all the way through, but you can see just how one slip up can cost you everything. And to Nine Eyebrows' immense credit, set up a really, really good lethal there, using the opponent's Barov against them to just get that extra additional armor gain, and get right in range.
So we got Mr.
And
Nine
it pays off.
Eyebrows coming in live and direct eventually.
Hey, welcome Nine Eyebrows. Congrats.
Hello, thank you. Thank you.
You get some heart palpitations going on there with the final couple plays there at the end.
I'm like still I want to be slow to speak at first because I'm still kind of gathering what like happened there at the end.
Yep. No worries.
I'm actually still gathering myself from that freaking Priest game, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think I tried as hard as I possibly could to throw versus that Bomb Warrior. I felt like my draw and high rolls were so good that game, and I still like put myself in a position to flip a loss so many times.
Yeah, there were a lot of chances to draw bombs and lose. Also, apologies to Astral from me here because I forgot about the Grave Rune on your cartoon. I thought he missed lethal. And then, I was like, oh wait, my bad.
I wish I could apologize to him for that. How I can't imagine how painful that Bomb Warrior game was.
I mean,
my god, that was just like I've played a lot of Bomb Warrior, and that just like not drawing weapon. The second you get weapon, it gets taken, and then I just generate more sticky fingers. He navigated it incredibly well to stay in the game that long, and then I was also just kind of all over the place.
It was a brutal setup for Bomb Warrior pretty much from the start. I mean, you had the sticky in the opening hand, and Priest generally favored there.
I was really hoping it was Bomb Warrior when I kept that sticky.
The game 5, I'm sure, is going to be that he just doesn't forget. In fairness, you set that up as perfectly as you could have, and it was down to Vol'jin RNG. If it pulls,
if it hit Rattlegore, that was so crazy for me.
You just win.
Yeah.
If it pulls the Silas, of course, then
it's over. It's over more so than because Astral was messaging me that he could have killed 1-4.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the miss there right at the very end was he absolutely had to kill the Soulbound Ashtongue and then got caught up in doing other things.
He's saying he thought I had 2 of the Ashtongues. Was the reasoning.
Okay. Because he could have broomed like the final couple plays. He could have broomed beforehand, but I think he was so focused on the pen flingers. But anyway.
Yeah, an unfortunate circumstance there for Astral Frog, definitely to miss the kill on the Ashtongue and then just have the lethal right there for you.
Yeah, that was an absolutely horrifying end of that series. I don't know how else to describe it. That was terrifying to watch. My heart was just bouncing all around my room.
So
easy practice for Masters Tour. There you go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
How did you feel with Priest getting through Rogue?
Oh yeah, that game was like literally just like my heart in my throat the whole time. Oh my goodness. I was looking at a 12 attack weapon for how many turns? We didn't get to see that sticky fingers that game. My fingers, I think more fingers than I have on my body crossed for that sticky fingers. It just wasn't there.
Toes crossed.
True, I didn't even know you ran sticky fingers in the deck until the Bomb Warrior game. But what was really interesting, I thought, was a turn or a 7 mana, I guess it was probably turn 7, where you went for the Grave Rune on the 2/6 Death Rattle Taunt.
Yeah.
Like there was a chance if he had drawn right, he could have just pen flingered you down and gone with like Sinister Strike and Abyss. Was that a consideration? And you were just saying if he has it, he has it?
Pretty much every single turn, it felt like. It was like, I don't know. I think I played so much World Pick on ladder today because I thought, I don't know, I thought it was maybe going to be open. So I was playing it a ton today and I kept losing to that face rogue. And I was just so disheartened playing against that deck, even tonight in the series. It's just like, it feels like somehow it's going to do it to me, especially in closed lists. It's like if he had a sap in his list for some reason, I just got destroyed in some moments.
Right.
I was so scared of that. Just like a random like one of sap. But yeah, there was a lot of turns where I was like, okay, I either need to make a taunt wall here and hope he doesn't hit me through it, But if he does that, then he can just go over the top. Yeah, there was a lot of those decisions. I don't know if I
Okay,
made
just
the right
curious.
ones, but
I know
got there,
the other play that was available to you was Cartoot and Renew on 7 mana, and I was wondering if you were like thinking
Oh.
about that a lot, and then just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna make this
I
taunt
was
wall
scared he
and
pushed through
stay.
that with too much damage, I think. on the
Right.
board.
Okay.
I'd have
Yeah.
to look back exactly, but I'm pretty sure I was scared of the damage from that.
But really, really nicely done. Just
Yeah.
a nerve-wracking 5-game set for sure. It ended in maybe a bit of an unfortunate way to see, but you did quite a bit for Tonk. It doesn't necessarily lock up the title just yet. You guys are up 12-3, but I mean, Dab Bottom has to go absolutely crazy with sweeps and maybe like a 3-1 at worst in one of those 2 games in order to actually take the title away from you. You guys are so close to the emoji.
I don't. We might have the emote. I don't know. Base just messaged me something about an emote, but it might be happening. Wow. Yeah. Then that was a really tough fought series. It was the contrast of like how stressful that series was versus how like just like the. I mean, the first game of the base Justin series was ridiculous. The OTK.
Yes, that was crazy.
But then it just got Justin just like the game where I saw him play the 1 mana hammer. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. He had a lot of discounts versus base like
just like
one
the
discount.
contrast of like watching just like one mana hammer just smacking someone versus my matches is funny.
Yeah, in the Paladin mirror, it seemed like Justin was playing the good Paladin deck and Based was playing the bad Paladin deck, and they were the same deck, which was kind of amusing. But you know, overall, just some pretty good outcomes there to set up almost locked up victory. But you guys are just tantalizingly close to it. A few more victories, and you will get there. So, how are you feeling as captain of the team right now? How do you feel about your chances with this 12-3 lead?
I mean, I feel really good about our chances. We have CMAC left, we have Skirt left, and yeah. I've known Skirt for a while, so I've got faith in the kid. And CMAX put me in the backpack 2 seasons in a row now if we get this one. So
right.
Yeah, I'm chilling with him on my team. I couldn't have asked for a better team for this season though. Like in terms of their quality of play and like the amount of fun we were able to have in the server and everything. These guys are awesome. I really enjoyed this season.
In Orange Conference this season was overall seemed like it was the stronger conference in my opinion. That's because I was in it. So anyway, seemed like it was a pretty strong group that you guys have. So it's with a 10-1 turtle, can't go wrong there.
Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with the 10-1. But yeah. Wow.
Reflect.
Still
breathe.
just like reeling from that, and also like reeling because like I have the Masters tour in 12 hours, so it's like I have to like mentally reset, get some sleep, and then get ready for that tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So,
but it's all exciting.
Absolutely.
It's all fun stuff.
Yep,
I enjoy the game a lot, so it's worth it.
So, any final words before you let you
come? GG's to Astro Frog, very 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 tough fought series. And then just GG's to not GG's. Thank you to my team and CMAC for a lot of the texts and work, and everyone on my team who puts in the work. Appreciate all of you. And Corbin and all the friends. All of you guys appreciate it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's all I got.
Well, thanks again.
Fair enough. I think it's more than enough, that you were even able to bring that many thoughts together like a series like this and what you have on your plate. So congrats again. I hope you get some good sleep. Best of luck to you. A lot of us will be rooting for you, of course, in the Masters Tour, and wishing you all the best, Nine Eyebrows.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Take care, man.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
Wow. I can just imagine the adrenaline still flowing through both players right now. But that's what we needed. Thursday night throwdown. Keep things spicy. Another game to play to ensure that Tonk's gonna win. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough uphill climb. So, any other final comments here, Ron, before we sign off for the evening?
It is over. It is officially over. I'm so bad at
it
math.
is? Okay. There we go. All right. So officially, it is done. So we have chat screaming at us right now. Well, not really screaming, but pointing out our bad maths. So, congratulations to the Tonk group.
Yeah, Tonk won. That's the title.
Tonk won.
My bad. I'm a little brain fried myself.
All right.
Yeah. Is 9 still here? You want to get him back on real quick? Okay,
Yeah.
that didn't.
That didn't work. You leaving does not bring 9 back.
Hello?
Here he is.
Hey, I'm terrible at math. Congratulations, you won the title.
Oh, okay. I thought so, but I wasn't certain. Okay.
Yeah, no. I was like, no, it's 12-3, so there's still more to be played. But yeah, I wasn't actually counting.
Sweet. So
Why did I think that you get 5 for win? Yeah,
C-Mac and I
my
did
brain's
it.
fried.
C-Mac
So
and I are 2 and 3 on or number 2 and number 3.
yeah,
and
you
THL
guys
back-to-back.
did it. Tonk, if you're corny, are our Hero Series champions. Apologies to everyone watching that I just like totally somehow didn't
Hey.
even understand that was the thing that happened.
Hey man,
but
I'm in that boat too, so it's not just Ron, it's me too.
Yeah.
So
big congrats. The champions emote is coming. I can't wait. You guys played awesome and well deserved. Just figured we should, bring you back in here so you could actually like celebrate the win instead of me telling you, hey, no, it's not over yet. Go to sleep.
Yeah, go stress and hope that Skirt or C-Mac can win a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, woo.
Yeah.
If my teammates were here, I'd be yelling with them. But yeah, it's awesome.
Absolutely.
It's a great season.
Well, yeah, quite a thriller to finish it out. Congrats on the big season. You and C-Mac, clearly OP, should not be allowed together. Maybe we'll see some challenges for you guys next season.
There you
But
go.
We'll see what they can come up with.
yeah, very exciting one for sure.
All right.
And emojis for everyone.
Yes, Tonk emoji everywhere.
There you
Thank you
go.
guys
All right.
again.
Yeah, thanks for rejoining us, 9.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Have a good night.
You too.
You too.
So we just went to game 6. So game 6 was to determine how our math was, and we've determined that it needs work still. Always room to improve. That's what we're doing here at THL. Math.
Yep, math is hard. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Why 12-3 is over. I don't know, guys. I got nothing. 12-11 would still be a win. I was like, no, they could sweep. And it'd be like, nope.
No,
That's not how math works.
So, anyway.
Yeah, so your Hero Series champions, Tonk, if you are corny, it felt like a season of destiny, honestly, especially when we got to the playoffs, the way some of these draws went, the way some of these RNG effects were going, they just had everything kind of come together at exactly the right time, and it worked out.
Certainly did. So, all right, everybody. Trying to remember what we have up on tap here. Just give me a quick sec.
Lotus is going to have to scramble for some more games because I don't think any members of Dab or Tonk are going to want to play out, doing versus C-Mac and Buse for Skirt.
So for Friday night we got, real quick, we got Markshire and Bobby X's Pro Series. So we got Aeon versus For the Boys, I think it is. Yeah, it's got to be For the Boys. I can't remember offhand. Then we got Risen versus Myanodon. It's also going to be a Pro Series match at 10 o'clock, possibly. Just depends on Risen's availability. And Saturday is bringing... Sunday afternoon is... Okay, Sunday afternoon we have a Wild Series match with 6J versus Slad at 3 p.m. Saturday right now we currently have Ridiculous Hat versus Unasabe. That's a Pro Series match. And School Show on Sunday was both of the hero matches. That Sunday afternoon.
So probably pending rescheduling.
Yes. Meaning they may not opt to play, but they could. So, and then finally, we have 2 Wild Series matches on Sunday Showdown. So we have MTG Squirrel versus Corbett at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then Blue Sombrero versus Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. These are semifinal. Basically determining who's going to win to get into the finals there for Wild Series. So, I believe we're going to have Jailstorm and possibly 6J join us, or my Enodon. Just depends on availability. So, but yeah, fun nights.
Nice. I think we already have the Tonk emoji live in the server, by the
really?
way.
Let's check.
Yeah. Yep. If you go into
Oh,
general,
there it
you
is.
see the Tonk emojis there.
There it is. Tonk it is.
Getting spammed now.
Oh yeah. Just gotta see if it works for me now. There it is. Perfect. Official THL. Bam. Join the crew. All right.
All right.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Congratulations to Tonk. If you're corny, great season. Thanks for joining us and have a great night, everybody.
Take care. Have a good one.